I love it when a plan comes together like that.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good night.
Or good morning, wherever you are in the world.
Mm-hmm. I was in a meeting with this water bottle, and one of the people there said they kept thinking I was vaping whenever I took a sip out of it.
Oh, you were in a meeting with the water bottle. Like, what were you in the water bottle meeting about?
My hydration levels.
Yeah.
My levels of hydration.
Can we give him a full screen? Why does his water bottle look like a vape?
I know.
I don't know. That's what they told me. It's got like a straw in it, so I don't have to tip it back. So I just like give it a really quick sip. And
okay, that's why, because you're not tipping it back. Maybe that's it.
Maybe you should be a little bit more.
Well, people said the same thing about my water bottle right here, like just because it's big.
Or hold on, maybe you should just be really direct and just let people know what you're drinking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's organic.
No, I mean people. This actually looks like a vape pen. Really, what this is an Energon stick. Check it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got the Energon stick. I got the Energon liquid.
Well,
that's right. What up, Prime Time?
Yeah.
Prime Time on YouTube says what's good.
Yes, what's good Prime Time on YouTube, and another episode of Children of Primus Freestyle Frenzy Freestyle Sundays.
Yeah.
Because
we missed a weekend. So many things happened. So many things.
This is correct.
Well, here's the biggest thing that happened.
Yeah.
There is a Children of Primus song that is going to be revealed.
Oh, wow.
On this channel, on our live stream, whenever our first guest does our first super chat. So Prime Time, if you're listening, if you do a super chat, can be for any amount. Can be, I don't know how low you can go. It'd be $2. We're going to debut the brand new Children of Primus theme song, never been heard before in history, and you're going to hear it live with the first super chat.
And I can concur with Professor D because I haven't heard about it either.
So unheard that I wasn't even aware of it.
You see that?
Only certain executives at Children of Primus have heard this song. There's only 2 executives. I'm not going to say who. All right, out of the 4. So we're not going to make that clear to the audience.
Maybe you can put it
but any audience member who does a super chat anytime today, Prime Time, you're getting up the nerve, you're scrounging through your quarters, saying it'd be like, yo, do I want to give these guys $3? Do I want to hear their Children of Primus theme song? Listen, we're about to make history right here. So any audience members, this is your opportunity.
After hearing that, if anybody wants to see the I think hearing that I wasn't part of that executive meeting, I probably need it. So
I'm just because you said bring out your quarters, I'm just imagining a laptop with an arcade style coin slot in it that people just put their coins into.
Nice. That would be
we should invent that.
Yeah. Why does that not exist? Aside from the obvious practical reasons why it doesn't exist.
Yes.
Because they're called Bitcoin.
I've recently gone to an arcade. Speaking of.
They still have those?
Yeah. So, like, there's, like, these retro arcades now. I mean, I'm sure they've got to have them in Toronto if they have them here in Madison. But, like, literally, it's like a 3-minute drive from my house. It's a bar. And then they got an arcade in the back. And it's, like, it's made up to just give you the exact same feel from the 80s and 90s. And so I was in there playing Double Dragon, like, just like it was Jeffrey's and we were there at the arcade. It was so dope.
I miss those. I feel so.
It was a nice little bit of nostalgia. Popped in the corner and everything.
Yeah, I mean, all the arcades I've been to are modern ones that use like the card readers and things.
Oh, I never even seen that.
Yeah, there's a couple of Transformers like rail shooters that they did the last few years based on the movies. I think it's called Human Alliance, and I played those down at the Dave and Buster's, and those were like entertaining. They're like light gun shooters.
What was your
What
favorite?
are the top three? What are the here? Let's start off the show like this. What are the top three Transformers video games in history? So there have been a lot. What? And another question, if anybody knows, what was the first?
Well,
that was Nintendo. That was Nintendo had their first Transformer game.
No, there was one before that. There was a couple before that.
I'm not talking about the hold on, stop. I'm not talking about the Switch. I'm talking about the regular first Nintendo.
I know.
No, Anthony's right. There was a video game that existed of Transformers before Nintendo came out. Before the regular Nintendo came out.
Are you talking about a Commodore 64?
I think so. It was one of those
something
computers.
Like that. Yeah. It was something. It was that, or it was. What are the other options? It wouldn't be Amiga.
I don't think. I think it was a computer game.
Nintendo.
I don't think it was an Atari or anything.
It'd be Atari or Commodore 64. I think it was Commodore 64. What?
Maybe.
There was not. Trust me, it was not on Atari because believe me, I would have got it.
No, I don't think it was Atari.
It wasn't Coleco, so it either had to be Commodore 64 or Nintendo. That's the one that I know is from Nintendo.
I guarantee you it wasn't Nintendo because I knew everything about Nintendo. I had the Nintendo. I was like a Nintendo fanatic. So if there had been a Nintendo trans-
So what was one of the
stop interrupting. Dude, stop interrupting. I'm telling you.
What was one of the characters?
It was
I don't actually know where your house is, but I know the country you live in, and I can come there.
It's not like how difficult can it be to find one person in a whole country?
Plus my DJ knows where everybody on YouTube lives, and you're on YouTube, so he could probably find you. He might even have been to your fucking house, for all you know.
Everyone on YouTube. That's quite a statement.
Are you one of those Americans? Hold up. No.
With the big guns, one of those Americans.
Like every time I go
one of those Americans with the big guns. Yes, I am. Apparently.
No, it's funny because every time that I've gone to the States, I always bump into an American. They go, "Oh, you're from Canada?" He goes, "Yeah." Do you know Jim?
Hold on. Every single time you bump into an American. Like, what are the odds?
No,
like that was too easy. That was just too easy.
Mic drop. I'm done. Murder Prime. Spin. Murder Prime.
I am trying to bring it down.
Murder Prime.
I am trying to bring it down to that nonsense. If you get what I'm saying. Speaking of plugs, hold on. I gotta fix my plug.
Brilliant comeback. If you know what I'm saying. Plus, I'm deaf in one ear.
Too easy.
All right. So, Anthony and Spin, over to you guys.
So much stuff. There was that.
How about that Transformers news?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We still gotta go see right there.
Oh yeah, it was for the Commodore 64, and it was just called The Transformers, and it was a platformer. Most of the season 1 cast, like one big field, you wandered around and picked up Energon cubes. And then there was a second Commodore 64 game called Battle to Save the Earth, and it was a strategy game with some like shooter bits to it. It was really weird. Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime were both in it as separate characters. And then the third one was the one on. First one was just called The Transformers.
Wait, so in the first one, is it a side-scrolling game?
Yeah.
And do you transform?
Yeah.
So that game, I don't know if any of you guys ever saw that game or played that game. I only ever saw it or played it once, so it's like a faint memory. I was like at somebody's house, and then they had it, and I got to play it once, and I saw them play it. And I've never seen it again. So that's the only reason I knew it existed. And Mike, the only reason that I knew, like, the reason I knew it existed and the reason I knew it wasn't on Nintendo. One, I knew everything about Nintendo. Two, I saw it at somebody's house. Mm-hmm. So, but, and I feel like it might have even been black and white. And I only remember, like, the only thing I remember about it is Optimus Prime. But, like, the transformation, like, the way he transformed, turned into a truck and then rolled. And you drive fast and then you turn into a character and then it's a side scroller where you have a character like Mario, and then all of a sudden you're driving a truck. and like that was really dope.
Yeah, that sounds right. I've seen footage of it before.
That aspect of the game, I don't know if the game was good or not, or if it's well reviewed, but that aspect of the game, like I don't know that was replicated. I mean, it must have been replicated as successfully in some of the other Transformers games, but you guys will tell me, because I know, Mike, I know you've played some. Anthony, I know you played some. Spin, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Over to you guys.
Yeah. Regarding news and reveals, I just keep noticing that that really nice art there where where you've taken the legacy reveals and added all the ones that weren't mentioned in that picture and pasted them into it.
I did that.
Yeah, even if they're not to scale.
Yep.
I
didn't even notice. Okay. Oh, you got the Metroplex in there?
Yeah. Even it probably its foot would be all that would fit in the real one, but
right.
Well done, Spin. I didn't even notice.
Metroplex, guys, the Magnuson, and Blackout.
I'm going to jump in very quickly because, like I told you guys earlier, because we just got home and I'm going to put the eat and come right back on. So, but I'm going to answer your question very quickly. Top 3 games, all the all the War Cybertrons.
Hey, games. Are you cheating right away? Isn't that 3 games?
No, it's because it's one. It's 3 games, but technically it's one game that's continued 3 times.
Okay.
3 different
all right. We'll accept it. All right.
Okay.
So is that number 1?
That's number 1 for me. Number 2 is Devastation. And number 3, Transformer Prime.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with some weird picks because I've never played Devastation, even though I hear it's good.
Oh, it's really good. But I'll be right back and just give me about 10 minutes, okay? Have fun, guys.
Yeah. Cool. We'll be here.
So for me, number 1 would be the first War for Cybertron. I never got to play the second one. I just played the first one. Number 2 would be the Transformers Prime game. Which is a very good replica of the TV show in game form if you're into that. And the third one, I guess, would be Battlegrounds for the Switch. It's a strategy game, like a Fire Emblem type one, based on Cyberverse.
What was Orlati's number 2?
Devastation.
Okay, so you don't necessarily disagree with his ranking because given that you haven't played Devastation, that might end up as your number 2.
Yeah, I hear it's really good. It's just never been on a console that I had, so.
Okay, but so now of the games you guys all mentioned, you mentioned the last strategy game that's on the Switch. Yeah. What consoles are the other games for that you guys have mentioned?
Oh gosh, okay.
If you know, you can just say the ones you know.
Yeah, I mean, like I know War for Cybertron was on the Xbox 360. That's what I played it on. But like, it was on that generation of consoles, basically.
Yeah, fair enough.
And Transformers Prime was on it was on mostly Nintendo stuff. It was on the 3DS. It was on the Nintendo Wii U. I think it was on the PS2. Like that whole generation.
So you know what's funny is that. Sorry, you weren't finished.
Yeah, no. I'm just gonna say, like, Battlegrounds isn't just on the Switch. I know it's on other consoles. I just don't know which ones. I played it on the Switch.
Spin, you never played. Obviously you're not a gamer. You ever played any of these games?
No, I haven't played any of them.
Do you play video games? Would you want to play any of these games?
I played an odd game here or there. I'm more into the car racing games, which I haven't played that in probably about 2 or 3 years.
Okay, so which Anthony, question for you. Of the Transformers games, which you know better than the 2 of us, do any of them rival that quality that I was just talking about in that first game? Meaning, like, do they effectively use, so you mentioned, like, it could be a side scroller, it could be strategy games, there's lots of different kinds of games. Mm-hmm. The unique thing about Transformers as toys and as a concept is they're both, they have the humanoid form and they have the vehicle form. So is there any other video game that successfully took advantage of that as opposed to just squeezing them into a side scroll or squeezing them into a shooter or whatever?
I think all of the ones I played have in one way or another, usually in pretty clever ways. Okay,
so which one did it the best?
One thing I like, I don't know about the best, but the one that I always remember is how Transformers Prime the game handled it, because like it was proper 3D, like an action game. It was like War for Cybertron Light, basically. But you could change into your vehicle mode and drive around, and you could do this thing where if you were about to hit an enemy, you could quickly transform and jump out of your vehicle mode into like a multi-hit combo onto them, and it was really fun to pull off.
That's sick.
So you could drive up to them and be like, like,
okay, so we got Prime Time on YouTube. He says he pre-ordered all of the Legacy stuff the day that it came out.
Oh, yeah.
So Prime Time, congratulations. So Prime Time, I got a couple questions for you. Follow up. Which figure are you most excited about? Are you happy or not so happy about Metroplex, which obviously we'll get into that. But which figure are you most excited about? And I forgot the other question, so you could tell us that one. Unless you guys got questions for him.
Oh, that sounds about
What are
right.
you, Anthony? Which of the stuff you don't have, is it still Laser Prime that you're most excited about?
Yeah, and if you want to talk the new reveals, the ones that just got dropped, the one I'm most interested in is obviously Tarantulas, because I want to keep filling out the Beast Wars cast.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, Spin, why don't you give us the layout for our sort of like ballpark agenda, even though it's a freestyle frenzy as usual, even though it's Sunday. But we're gonna do the news. We have a little. You asked me to do a third-party discussion, so we'll do that a little later on. So why don't you sort of lay out our agenda in sort of a ballpark way, and then we'll proceed.
Well, for those who are just jumping into the show for our Frenzy Freestyle Sunday, we're just having a freestyle at the moment, but we will soon get into all the legacy reveals, which included the masterpiece. I forgot the names of the other ones. But basically all the legacy reveals from Hasbro Pulse that everyone's been speaking about for the last 2 weeks. And that's usually our main topic, which will be around 9 o'clock, but we will lead into it, say between 8:30 to 9 o'clock. We have about 2 weeks of news to cover because we weren't on last week. So we have all different news that's been coming out daily, including reviews that Anthony has done for the last 2 weeks. And then we also have a Murder Prime segment, which will probably be around 9:30.
We're putting that into segments now.
Yes.
All right. So are you guys going to lead us off with the news then?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, so let's see. With the first news, let us go with.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to speed run this. Let's see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. Oh yeah, there we go. A quick recap to bring everybody up to speed. Oh, this is just wave one, which is also barely out. I was gonna say I have one of the few things that has come out in Canada here, which is the repacked hot rod that they did, and that's about it.
Very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, most of this isn't properly out here yet. So yeah, wave one, of course, Blaster brought back from Kingdom, Dragstrip, who's part of Menasor, Generation 1 Skids, Transformers Prime RC, Generation 1 Kickback, Transformers Prime Bulkhead, Generation 2 Laser Optimus Prime, and though he's not pictured there, Galvatron from Kingdom, but now he doesn't have his damage on him anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we also have... Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
Okay. So we also have more info on the Transformers ROTB toys coming out this year. None meant for older fans.
Yeah, that's interesting. I actually have some insight on this now. I'll probably refer to this during the broadcast, but this week there was a round table with a bunch of the designers. Oh, yeah, Primetime says he's excited for Metroplex and Delta Magnus and doesn't like Blitzwing. I'm interested in Prime Time and why you don't like Blitzwing, because I've heard some mixed things myself.
I got a chance to watch the pulse and looking through the comments and looking at the different figures. I have kind of mixed reviews on Blitzwing as well.
Yeah. See, meanwhile, I guess I shouldn't comment because I don't have any of the Titan class figures. But I'm surprised. I'm interested in hearing why you're excited for Cybertron Metroplex, because that's been the one that's been the least interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people who were like, I wasn't in the game during Cybertron. I was out for a while, but people said like it doesn't measurably do anything the original didn't do except be really big and have less gimmicks.
Okay.
But yeah, I was talking about this Rise of the Beasts thing. There was a round table during the week where a bunch of fan sites got to ask the designers questions. It wasn't live, but like several of the sites like published the stuff later on. And one of the questions asked was, how does the movie getting delayed affect things? And their answer was like, it works better this way because the gimmick stuff is going to come out early, but the studio series stuff isn't going to hit until the movie's actually out.
Nice. Okay.
So that's how it ties into this, right? None meant for older fans. The stuff for the older fans will be coming out when the movie comes out.
Right. Which is still not till next year.
Yeah. So they're just talking about like you can see in the pictures there, like all the gimmick toys, like the Energon Igniter stuff and the one-step changer stuff. So that's going to be coming out long before the movie, but it's all going to be intended for younger kids.
Okay, cool. And let's go to some more news.
Yeah, here we go. I'm a little bit behind on Beast Wars. Part of me might just wait until, because it's ending this year, it finishes, and then just binge the stuff that I haven't read yet, because I'm still getting the issues. Like the Beast Wars annual just came out. Really interested to see how they're going to end this, because, like I said, it has to end early because they're losing the license, so it's going to finish way before the show's version of the story did, because I'm like, it's a different continuity, but it's like loosely tracing the path of the TV show the way like a Marvel would for Generation 1. So they're basically, the show was 3 seasons. They're going to have to end this like before the first season is out, basically, in terms of story.
Got it.
So it's going to be something totally different, and I'm kind of interested in what they do.
Okay. And let's one of your reviews.
Oh yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna say, there's a section right at the end of this where I just was like, let's find a bunch of figures and see if they can ride this motorcycle. So there's just like a photo gallery right at the end, because I just like started taking pictures.
Oh, you know what? Let's quickly scroll through it, and then anyone who's interested,
yeah,
there we go, can go to the website childrenofprimus.com.
Yeah. It's a little too far. Well, okay, I snuck in RC at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. That Action Man's a G.I. Joe scale figure, so any classic G.I. Joes, it will look something like that.
Nice. Yeah.
And then you go up a little more, there's the Figma Samus, which is a little too big, but it sort of works.
Oh, it works.
Yeah. And it's a core class figure from Kingdom.
Okay.
Voyagers are once again, those are too big. I tried. Those are too big.
Yeah, it looks like a tricycle to him.
And same with Rodimus Prime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rodimus fits nicely on the KFC third-party bicycle.
Yeah, because that's bigger than this. But like, as you can see with like Bumblebee here, like Deluxe's Primetime says, you guys looking for more hosts? Well, we're looking for anybody who wants to come through, because it's a very loose thing. We'll bring people up and in, you know.
He wants to know how much does it pay, and the answer is, the pay is just Prime.
We pay an exposure.
Yes, to an extremely Transformer interested audience, not necessarily a huge audience, an extremely huge audience, extremely Transformer interested audience.
Yeah, but we've had as many as 6 people on here at once, so you know it's very like
they get crowded.
Yeah, it can get crowded. Yeah. the Quintesson bailiff. Just like
Nice.
deluxe figures seem to be the best guys to ride this if you have it.
Yep.
Spin, you want to hook
Rat
up
trap.
Prime Time with a link?
Yeah.
I could
Children
do
of
that.
Primus. Yeah.
Sorry, Anthony, you were saying.
Oh, I was just. He said, "Can you hook up with a link?" And my brain immediately started trying to say the link out loud instead of sending it. So
I know I was trying to skip over that part. You brought us back to it. Let's continue to the news.
I'm a little confused, but I've got the spirit.
Oh, not the
Yeah.
news. We're doing a review. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, we're just going through these things. I was just saying, like at the end of this review of Wreck Guard,
That
I
looks
just
good.
took
That's a good start.
Yeah, that's the one that everybody does. Because Studio Series Hot Rod is the right size and the colors match, so everybody combines these two.
What about
See,
Cup?
this image works just like the animation that I showed a couple weeks ago that someone did with Hot Rod riding Wreck-Gar and about to battle Motormaster.
Yeah, I didn't try Studio Series Cup, but he should work because he's the same scale as this guy.
More or less, yeah. But you never know with the joints and the legs and whatever. But I think he should be fine too. Question.
Yeah.
And in any of the all right, cool. Next week. We'll see you next week, Primetime.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We're supposed to announce it. I apologize. Primetime on YouTube says he's at work right now, can't come on, but he's going to join us next week, and he'll be welcome then. And any other audience members, if you're catching this late, join us next week. It's a party. Now, my question about Wreck-Gar is, in any fiction, any official fiction, any canon, what characters have rode him? So we know Hot Rod and other Junkions. So aside from other Junkions, have we ever seen other characters riding the Junkions?
In the Marvel UK comics that I'm currently reading as part of my book club, Goldbug rode him. It was real awesome too because they were taking on Galvatron.
Nice.
Do you have and why haven't you staged that for our viewing pleasure on your review?
Well, I don't have a Goldbug, but as you saw there, I put multiple bumblebees on him to try and compensate.
Yeah, try to come. We're gonna have to get you a Goldbug.
Yeah. Well, there's no modern one, and I guarantee you that Throttlebot with its fused legs definitely can't ride this guy. Unless you give me the shattered glass one.
There are modern ones. They've done at least the masterpiece. I think what is the original Bumblebee MP21? I'm pretty sure they did them in gold.
Oh yeah, well they did. But that's true. That's not Goldbug. That's Generation 2 Bumblebee, which is sort of similar, but
Okay, good point. But they may have marketed it as Goldbug.
Yeah, I think it's coin called Goldbug, even though that wasn't the intention behind the figure, like the masterpiece coin.
Goldbug in G1. Correct me if I'm wrong. Goldbug is the actual physical mold. Is that a cliff jumper mold?
No, it's its own original thing. It's a Throttlebot, so it's a pull back and go thing.
All right. Yeah, it's not Bumblebee at all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you had all the Throttlebots.
Yeah, I had a few of the Throttlebots. Goldbug was the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have them all?
Not all of them. I believe I had 3 of them. I think Rollbar was one, and I don't recall what the third one was. But
there's 6 of them total.
So speaking about third-party stuff that you don't know about, Spin, you probably don't know that they actually made a third-party Throttlebot set, masterpiece scale, not really aesthetic. Anthony, you're nodding, so you know the one I'm talking about. But what's really cool about the set is we got Calvin in the house. We'll get to him in one sec. What's really dope about the Throttlebot third-party set that they made, it's by Toy World, is that it's a combiner. And the combiner is actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
nice.
I've seen that before.
that is very cool.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good. The robots, they're okay. They're not bad. They're not like really MP quality, but they're fine for mainline. Like they're equal or above regular chug stuff, regular generation stuff for Legacy now.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're dope. Anyway, Calvin Lee Carpenter said, is that our regular Calvin?
That's our
Yep,
regular
that's our Calvin.
Okay.
He comes
Yeah.
through here sometimes.
Good old Iceman. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Says there's a gold bug coming, folks. Bumblebee worthy line. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be in a box set with a couple other figures that have been revealed. We haven't seen it, but everybody's assuming.
Bumblebee worthy. Is that the name of a line?
Not Buzzworthy Bumblebee is what he's
Oh,
mentioning.
Okay, there we go. Buzzworthy. Okay, got it.
Yeah, another one of them 4-packs, like that Worlds Collide one they did. We don't know what the gold bug's going to be, but everybody's expecting it to be the the Netflix one again, or the Cliff Jumper version of it, or something.
Yeah, right. The Bumblebee that goes with that Cliff Jumper, except maybe they would even use the Cliff Jumper mold and then repaint it.
Yeah, well, they did a Shattered Glass gold bug already, and that has a new head that looks like toy gold bug, so it's probably going to be that.
Okay, look, and Calvin popped up saying exactly what you just said.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
using the Shattered Glass version body. All right, and that makes perfect. And I was just going to ask. You said they made a Shattered Glass gold bug, so I was going to say, wait a sec, they made a Shattered Glass gold bug, not a regular gold bug, and so they just released them in reverse order.
I guess it just came out first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Primetime saying, get into the legacy stuff proper after that. We might get a Thunderclash from Motormaster. That's one that I've heard. I think one of the sources of the leaks, which by the way, the legacy reveals are proving that all those leaks I mentioned earlier are accurate because they've been coming true.
Wait, hold on. I don't understand what he just said. What Primetime just said. We might get a Thunderclash, which that's a character I never heard of, from Motormaster, which as far as I know is the leader of the TFCON. I did not know that he produced figures.
Okay, so Motormaster is one of the figures that was revealed for Legacy, as I'm sure you know.
Yes.
Commander class figure, forms the skeleton.
Yeah, okay. So he is talking about the Motormaster I know.
Yes.
All right, in Legacy. What's Thunderclash?
Thunderclash is an Autobot leader from the very end of Generation 1 in Europe. Sort of an Optimus-like in that he's a truck with a base and a robot. Machine Wars Optimus Prime was repainted from him. He was in
so did
More
he
Than
say
Meets the Eye.
Thunderclash from? Did I misread it? Did he say Thunderclash from Motormaster?
Yes, that's the rumor.
I didn't misread it. That's what he meant, from the mold. Okay, I'm just being slow.
Or rather, the rumor is that the Motormaster tooling has a Thunderclash head pre-tooled and ready to go. If it may or may not get released, they like to do that at the design stage. Give everybody an alternate head, whether or not there's plans to use it yet. So we might get a Thunderclash out of it.
They make the plan. It's like and then decide later if it'll be released. But like at the design stage, they make sure that this is marketable in multiple ways.
Yeah, they get an alternate head like right at the start of the process, ready to go. So whether or not it comes out, and there's been a lot of them over the years that we know exist that have just like never come out. Like War for Cybertron Grimlock had a Beast Wars Megatron head that they designed but like just never got used. Yeah, like stuff like weird things like that. Everybody gets a second head.
Spin, do you know this guy Primetime? Spin.
Sorry?
Do you know who Primetime is?
No, I'm not aware of who Primetime is. I mean, probably come across him.
Clearly, he's trying to take my job because now he's trying to show he's a better host than me. Because look, he says now he's clarifying that Thunderclash is a Turbo Master, which, by the way, Anthony, you didn't say with all your smart-ass Transformers knowledge. I think we got to get Primetime as a host on this show because clearly he knows what he's talking about and we don't.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be concise, right? Because he's
you were trying to be concise.
Yeah,
because
me. I could have been. Believe it or not, it could have been less concise
about Transformers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So here's what I got so far. So Motormaster, so Thunderclash was what was he calling it? A turbo what?
Turbo Master.
Okay, I was going to guess that, right? Target Master, Various Master, Master Ceremonies, Turbo Master. All right, so what were the Turbo Masters? And isn't it going to suck if we're going to get Thunderclash from Motormaster? Then doesn't that mean we need all the rest of the Turbo Masters?
Yeah, that's plausible because the rest of them were all like sports cars, so they could make a Turbo Master combiner that didn't previously exist.
Spinister, will you buy it?
That is a good question.
I guess really that is a question for Primetime. Primetime, given that you've informed us of this information, which is a good thing to do with information, right? You know, the nature of information is informative.
Mm-hmm.
Just what we really want to know is, are you looking forward? Do you expect that the other Turbo Masters will come out, given that they're doing this one from Motor Master? Is that a guarantee, or is it a maybe? And is that something Primetime that you are looking forward to, given that I'm going to assume you can name all the Turbo Masters? Clearly, we can't. Anthony,
Yeah.
do I sit corrected or not?
I was looking up a picture of him there for us to pop
That
up
looks
so you
good.
can see.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you bringing up that picture. That
Yeah.
is dope.
Yeah, very, very bright, early, like end of Generation 1, early Generation 2, like big colors. There's a third-party masterpiece of this guy out. They retooled him from that big Power Master Optimus they did.
Oh, yes.
I don't remember the figure's name.
I'm gonna
Power
tell you.
Baser was the name of the Optimus.
Okay, yeah. So, it's I'm blanking on the name right now, but I'll mention it later. But yeah, it's also the company that did the Monster Bots, and it's a company that basically does really big, chunky robots well. That Power Master Prime, Power Baser is well reviewed. Oh, Spin. So I didn't get it because I didn't buy that Power Master Prime because I can't buy everything, and I don't have other figures that would go with it. And Power Master Prime is not in our G1, like at least in our Toon canon, right? It's like extra, but I do like it, right? I know you had Power Master Prime; it was dope. But anyway, then they came out with a black version of it.
Yes.
And the name of the figure, Anthony, do you know what the name of the black Power Baser is called?
No, you're the third-party guy. You know these things.
Well, take a guess. Here's a hint. It's the black Power Baser. Now guess the name.
Black Base.
Close. It's the black Power Baser. What's the name?
Black Power.
Well, that's the joke. Now you ruined the joke. But the name is Black Power Baser. All right? The name is Black Power Baser. So there's a fucking transformer in the shape of Optimus Prime whose name is Black Power. So I was like, should I buy it just for that? Am I going to spend $200 just because the name is Black Power? And I kind of was going to, but then I was like, nah, because we can't let them commercialize Black Power.
Yeah. Something else I want to point out about Thunderclash here. One of the other reasons that people think that this retool is coming outside of that rumor is because that base mode there looks like the base mode that Motormaster has now with its trailer, the new one. It's the same kind of setup with like the turret in the middle and the two walls to the sides, like the Legacy guy. So it looks right.
Okay, here's a question on this topic. Again, related to third party. With the KFC Motormaster that came out, people were complaining about, there's lots of complaints about the trailer. One of the complaints my complaint about it is just the cost and the fact that it wasn't worked into the cost of the combiner. But one of the things that people complain about with the trailer is that it has a base mode. So basically it does two things. Well, three things. It's the trailer, it has a base mode, and then it forms the skeleton. Really, it forms the Menasor, and then you tack the cars on.
Exactly how Legacy works.
What's that?
It's exactly how the Legacy one works too
Right.
now.
This is a big thing in sort of Transformers news because, or in Transformers history, because of course third party and KOs are copying the official, but here we have like a really good example. There's examples where people have said this before, where Hasbro copies or Takara copies third-party engineering, but this is cut and dried. Like this is the first time where we have an undisputed example of the third-party invented something, did a kind of engineering, and then the official has copied it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's interesting about that. But anyway, with the KFC trailer, people were complaining that it had a base mode. They said nobody's going to use a base mode. Who cares? Yeah, maybe the original the G1 had a base mode, but none of us are going to use a base mode. Where everybody's going to display it in Menasor mode, and if anybody uses it any other way, it's going to be as a trailer. Nobody's going to do this base. So why bother making this convoluted transformation so complex when they might have had a more stable combiner if they just were more basic the way DX9 was, which is their competition.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other third-party Menasor that you could get right now. Those are the two Menasors that you have as an option, either KFC or DX9. Now, the KFC has a more sophisticated-looking sculpt. The DX9 has the more stable, better toy of the combiner. And so that's the critique. So my question to you guys, brought about by this trailer, is do you think that a proper Motormaster should have a base mode, given that in G1 he had a base mode in the toy, granted not in the cartoon? What do you think?
Mm-hmm. I think that the more features, the better. So if they want to incorporate one, I don't see why putting in another thing is inherently some kind of bad thing.
All right, Iceman in the house.
Yeah,
what's up, man?
Spin, what's your answer? And Iceman, if you heard the question, I'd like your input as well.
I hate remolds. I hate to break the news to you. And then number two, I want to knock over those figures.
You want to knock over which ones? The ones on screen right now?
Oh hell yeah! I feel like being a gremlin.
I mean, technically it's only one figure, so you wouldn't be doing that much harm.
Oh no, there's three right there. You see that? 1, 2, 3. So I just flick them over.
The same figure. You're killing the same guy 3 times. That's like you're falling for Hounds. Probably they're all a projection from Hound.
Wow.
Now, as usual, I gave an order and it was disregarded. Spinister, answer the question, and then Iceman, if you heard the question, let's hear your answer after Spin.
Okay. I'm gonna answer the question, and then right after I'm going to I have to step away to get some images for the rest of the show. That is a good question, considering that a lot of people have forgotten that G1 combiners, with the exception of Devastator and I believe one other, but any Scramble City combiner technically were quadruple changers. The leaders were quadruple changers. So going back to your question of whether or not Motormaster should have that base mode, should all that detail be put into the base mode? It kind of still follows. I guess what I'm trying to say is, in a sense, anyone who had the G1 combiners, Superion, Defensor, Bruticus, and who else? And I'm forgetting one.
All of them. It's all of them except Predaking and the one you mentioned, Predaking and Devastator.
Right, Predaking and Devastator. I mean, they had that fourth mode, but we never used the fourth mode. So in a sense, it's cool to have that fourth mode exist. So it's in a sense, it would almost be an homage for them to do the same thing again, to give Motormaster that fourth mode. And you have to consider some collectors are probably going to buy maybe 2 or 3 of that character just to have that extra mode on their shelf. Or even more.
You're balling if you're doing that with these third-party combiners, but some people.
Yeah, that's true, because that is a hefty price tag. But I mean, there are some people they'll buy it to have the truck mode, have the robot mode, have the combiner mode, and to have that fourth mode. At least in terms of Motormaster, maybe not so much for for the other four combiner parts.
Yeah. So in the end, so basically you gave us both sides, but in the end, sounds like you're agreeing with Anthony and me that the base mode should be included, and these well, they're not even G whiners. We're the G whiners. Bill on Facebook says that's me, Spin. I think maybe he's agreeing with you.
Yes. Funny enough, he actually sent me a message of an update to his display. So he's referring to himself as he's that guy that will buy multiples of a certain character to display them in their different modes.
Exactly. How dare I not think about our fellow cast member when I said that? Okay,
sure. When he has a store called Just $5.
Yep. And Bill also said good evening. So on that note, I'm stepping away for 5 minutes so I can get the rest of the images for the main part of our show. So you guys carry on while I step away.
Cool. So let me repeat the question for Orlati and for Iceman, who I'm sure wasn't listening if he was listening. The question is, as you got from the context, some people have complained about KFC or XTB Menasor, specifically the trailer, because they included the base mode, and people said the transformation is too complicated. Why bother? You should have made it simpler. Maybe you would have had a more stable combiner like DX9. I say, if you want the simple one, buy the simple one. I want the complicated one. And if the transformation, and if the combiner is not stable enough, then complain about the combiner not being stable enough and engineer it better, but don't take out a feature that was in G1. So I'm agreeing with Anthony. I'm agreeing with Spin, but I'm interested to know, Calvin or Lottie, you guys might disagree because you guys like simple toys. Over to you guys.
That's your opinion. Keep those to yourself.
No, that's your collection. You showed me your collection. You don't got. Wait, no. Do you have MPs?
I don't have the I don't. Wait. Slow it down. I don't have the MP version, but I do have the Titans Return one. So keep this in mind.
That's main line. That's main line.
No. Listen. Just listen.
You're basic.
No. Just listen. This is what I said. You jumped the gun a whole lot, and I noticed that. A lot of that. You jumped that finish line way too high.
You got your eye on me, right?
I'm just eating my popcorn. That's all I'm doing right now.
Right now, what I'm just telling you is, I have the Titans Return one, and I also pre-ordered the other one. So I'm waiting to finish that one with the Titans Return one and collect this one. And down the road, I will get the MP version of those. See, that's what I'm saying. I look at, but they should have kept that base mode, like you said. I agree with you.
Okay, cool.
That's what I mean. I agree with the thing, because you got those people that like to complain it's too difficult. They always been a puzzle our whole entire lives.
That's the point, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, so we're on the same page. Orlati, are you going to be the dissenting voice for once? Or are you just gonna cave to peer pressure like usual and just agree with everybody?
So we're all jumping off the roof.
No, we're all saying Motormaster has to have your base mode, and Keith can go. Keith can go eat some fried chicken.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So I'm gonna be on the fence on this. I am. Like, when I saw the Motormaster Legacy version, I thought that was really nice. And they actually have a trailer for him. And if you're gonna have a trailer, then I do expect that trailer to do something. So it's kind of like a base mode or a gun or a cannon, whatever the case is. So I actually do like that. So in that aspect, I do like that. Okay. The only thing that I didn't like is that the fact
Can I add something to that real quick? Like, you're just making me think. I just want to add on that point and then throw back to you. But like, it's a good point because Optimus, like our paradigmatic Transformers Optimus Prime, he's our first truck, right? And he's got a trailer that turns into a base mode. So if you're gonna, and then Motormaster comes, he's got a base mode. So if you're gonna take that out, you're not only taking it out of Motormaster, but you're taking it out of a traditional Transformer, right? So which also builds on what Calvin was saying, right? So the puzzle aspect, you're losing an element of that. You're losing a feature, just like Anthony was saying, and now to your point, you're losing sort of this legacy of like, these are tractor trailers that turn into bases, motherfucker. That's what they do. Back to you.
No, and the other thing as well too is that on top of it, you use that tractor also to be your Ultra Magnus kind of suit in order to combine the rest of the other combiners, right? Like the other vehicles, which is another a pretty cool gimmick because it doesn't look like one of those stubby legs, long arms, big chest, little waist, right? Kind of transformer combiner, right? So I do appreciate that. But I hate saying that but there is that G1 element inside of me that's gonna say Mortimer didn't have a trailer. His trailer was him, right? It was part of his transformation. So I kind of wish
but
added.
hold on.
No, wait. Hold on. Let me just finish that sentence. I kind of wish that they stayed to that part, meaning the trailer that was part of his transformation. But since we're able to do that, I actually do like the fact that they made the trailer still part of Mortarmaster, in a sense of the combiner part, and then also making the base mode out of it and gun the cannon and all that, which it's a nice little gimmick to it.
Yeah, but do you remember, like, I don't know if you're paying attention when Spin was giving his answer, but
no, because I didn't hear the whole thing.
Okay, so what he maybe you were just coming on, but what he pointed out is that all the Scramble City combiners had base modes. So even though Motormaster in G1 did not have his separate trailer the way Prime did, he did in fact have a base mode the way Prime did.
In the cartoon?
No, not in the cartoon, but in G1. And that's another problem, is a lot of times you cartoonish headed motherfuckers are just talking about G1 as if G1 is only the cartoon, like the toys didn't exist.
I didn't say the toy didn't exist.
The whole
point of being a G1er is because you watch the G1 cartoons.
You said
not necessarily.
You suggested that Motormaster did not have a base mode in G1. But what you were really thinking was, wait a minute, Motormaster did not have a base mode in the cartoon. You see, you were confusing the cartoon as representing all of G1.
Yeah, he had a base mode in the manga for like one page.
Yeah, but we're talking about manga. We're talking about like I said, for me, the G1, his trailer was transformed into Mortarmaster. It was all one part.
Agree. I'm not taking it. Agree with that.
Okay.
But still, he had a base
I'm
mode.
just saying, no, I get that. But what I'm saying, because we're talking about legacy.
No, we're not. No, we're not. We're talking about the KFC third-party trailer, we're talking about the fact that that trailer has a base mode, but people complained that it should not have the base mode.
The KFC version shouldn't have
That's
the base
right.
mode. Oh,
people complained that it should not have it. And so I posed the question over and over again, because that's how the show goes. A bunch of goofy guys.
Sure we got it right.
You gotta get it right.
We gotta get it right.
Just takes a few tries. But slowly but surely, we're getting down to the truth of the matter. And the truth of the matter, even herding cats, even with a whole cast of clowns, I can now certifiably say that everybody whose opinion matters on the planet agrees that Motormaster should retain his base mode, and that anybody complaining that he shouldn't have it are just a bunch of dudes who, like, why are you even collecting Transformers if you can't figure out how to transform it? Go collect something else.
No,
Murder Prime. let's move on. Unless Orlati, if you wanted to say
No,
something.
okay. So now that I totally understand what you're saying, because like I said, well, we mentioned this already. I'm coming to the last part of this whole conversation. So I was confusing the two opinions that I was having. So the KFC, I totally agree. I don't mind what they did with KFC. I actually like it. So I don't mind that the fact that it came with a bass mode, which is the trailer becoming a bass mode. I think because it's a third party, you got to do something a little bit different, right?
Okay, so here I got to follow up. That
So,
which,
but let me. Okay, so I actually do like what they did. Actually, Hasbro took a page out of a third party. What they did with Mortarmaster. Let's be honest, that the whole combiner, that was a third
what do
party
you mean?
ripoff.
I never thought about that.
It just popped into my head right now. Can you believe that? And so
You're a genius, bro. You are a motherfucking genius. I want to be like you. I want to have those kind of thoughts.
It's
I want to be
scary,
able.
man.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna get in my time machine. Here's what I'm gonna do. I gotta get out to
Okay, can I
broadcast
go
in a
with you?
second. I'm gonna go in my time machine. I'm gonna go back in time, and I'm gonna say what you said earlier in the
Okay.
broadcast, so I can feel smart like you.
Okay, so can I come with you so at least I could be on time when you said that originally when I
No,
wasn't
you
there?
sit right where you are. I'll be right back.
We're trying to make a stable time loop here, like a stable one. We're not changing anything. Everything is exactly as it was.
But you know what? But the funny part is that I wasn't there, so that's why I got to go back in time with him, so I could be there when he says it the first time, so I can say now I got what he said.
Yes, but you weren't there in the original timeline, and we're trying not
that's
to
why I got
alter
to go
the
back
past.
with him. This is a madness.
Yeah.
There's multi-universe madness going on here.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though, because when you were saying you was comparing the two Motor Masters, like the old one, then you got the new one that's coming out.
Right.
Because you know Hasbro, they're gonna try to water down shit like they always are doing. Because I don't know if y'all know what's going on. They beefing right now.
Oh yeah, but
talking about
here's okay. Anyway,
the
let me
blackout
just finish my thought. Hold on, let me finish my whole thing. Now with the whole KFC and the whole third party and everything, I actually like what you did because again, it's a third party. Like what you said, I don't want to repeat it. Okay. Now going back to what Hasbro did, you know what? I actually, even though it's a ripoff, yeah, we said that already, or D said that already. But I have to give Hasbro a little bit of credit. At least they kind of went out of the box, going the tradition route, and I actually like how the whole thing it's put together. My only gripe is because I am a G1 looking at G1 toys, and the name of the line is called Legacy. If there are a way to incorporate some kind of engineering where Mortarmaster is all one piece, like how they did with Ultra Magnus, then MP Ultra Magnus, then I would probably prefer that instead of what we have now. But you know what? They still did a good job in the end, so I'll give them a thumbs up. Not 2 thumbs up, but I'll give them 1 thumbs up.
Oh, that's
Sorry, I gotta interrupt. I got breaking news. So I was just in my time machine, so I fixed the whole thing. So I look really smart now. I said that thing at the beginning of the podcast, but also because I have a time machine, I had time to go to Takara. So I went to Japan. I visited Takara, and they asked me, like, I know that I went to Takara, and they said they liked the show. Okay, Hasbro has no problem with our show because, they have technical difficulties all the time. They're screw-ups. Yeah. But I was at Takara, and they said that our show is really disorganized. And actually, they don't like that, like, I repeat a question 3 times. They want people to hear it because, the Japanese are very organized, all that kind of stuff. And they also gave me some of their sushi.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so let me jump in
because I said like you guys wouldn't believe that I actually went to Japan, so I said okay, you guys got to they gave me this shit so that I was just at Takara, and they told me that you guys need to get your fucking act together. Not in those words, Bill.
I feel like I'm getting a shit for coming in late, man. Holy crap.
Bill had the coolest introduction I've ever seen. He was a silhouette lighting a cigarette, and then he lit up, and then he appeared. I was like, Jesus, that's how you enter.
With a unicorn halo.
Yeah.
Damn.
Are we starting to get with the whole Unicron thing trolling on me?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Would you guys be surprised if my cat just showed up all of a sudden at the same time as the sushi?
Damn.
He's like, oh, what you got there? Bill, how are you doing? What are you saying, brother? What's new?
Oh,
Be careful how you reply, Bill. Just don't repeat what people said.
I've been able to hear. I just haven't been able to comment. But
All right.
you know,
I'm gonna take a break and eat my food. I'll be back in a bit. Y'all talk amongst
but
yourselves.
D, you
Keep
want to
it
stick around for this
transformed.
part? D, you want to stick around for this part?
Oh no,
I
I'm gonna be
agree.
watching.
I agree with you.
Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
Yeah,
All right.
I've been.
On that note, I'm gonna feast to my success. I'm watching you guys on YouTube, and hey, Calvin, that means you.
Hey, you should
I
stay
got
here
my eye
and
on you,
feast.
bro.
Stay here and feast. It's a good show.
Have it be a
For those,
mukbang,
for those
you know?
tuning
One
in,
of them,
for those tuning in, Frenzy Freestyle Sunday. Welcome to Calvin, Bill. Our usual cast. I've got all of our images for our main topic, which is 9 o'clock, and I've been listening to you guys while I was off getting the images. So
That's a bad idea.
The time variance and the TVA is coming after a couple of you guys for whatever loops and nonsense was happening over for that last 5 or 10 minutes.
that's why I told him to keep it stable.
Some multiverse going on there. But
Well,
yeah,
I'll drink bubble tea to that.
It's like
Give T a
Terminator
little
1
bit of a
rules, not
wider
Terminator 2
shot
rules.
spin.
Bubble
That's getting
tea.
a bit big there.
Come on, man.
What do you got your bubble tea there too? Everybody got their drink. Anthony's vaping his drink.
water.
Apparently.
Mine's a little stronger than bubble tea.
Nah.
I just finished mine. I got to get another one now. It's gonna be one of those nights.
I know Bill's drinks.
Hey,
The specialty energy.
Calvin, not until we get the endorsement. Cover the label.
I'm already endorsed. I don't know what's going on.
Damn, son.
Mine's a sad day. This one's
You got your. Hold on. Is that how you pay for all those Transformers with a Pepsi sponsorship?
Whether it's filling up my
Yeah.
cup,
Hook a brother up, son.
There's a new one.
Oh, and what's up to Toy Warp Vintage Reviews on YouTube? We didn't leave
Says
you
I'd be
out,
late.
so I know you're. Yep, a little bit late. So a full show tonight as usual. I guess.
Bill, I borrowed this from your collection, Bill.
Nice.
There you go. There you go. I picked up late.
Hold on. Cheers.
oh my God, you got Laser Prime.
Cheers.
I got two of them.
Everybody cheers. Everybody hold up your drink.
Oh no.
So we should say thrust.
I have no adult beverages.
Neither do
Pepsi
I,
is fine. Pepsi is fine. I had a bubble tea.
There you go.
Straight water for me.
Yeah.
Hey, watch
But,
out. You may have some Corona in there.
But I
We
do have
should
something.
make that a segment. We should cheers to Transformers every once a week.
Oh
Say thrust.
boy,
That's it.
I had to bring it out.
I'm gonna take the role of floor director, take the role of DJ as I was back in the day, and I'm going to bring some order to the show so that way everyone gets a chance to speak. So the first question: has everyone watched the Hasbro Pulse that came out a couple weeks ago and has been a part of all the recent news? Mike?
No and yes. I didn't see it live, but I was watching Primus Primo on his take with the whole legacy and what they were discussing, because apparently he was part of some YouTubers that were doing Q&As, and so I was listening to some of that. So yes,
I mentioned that earlier.
and no. So there you go.
Cool. And what about you, Bill? Mr. Magnus?
Apologize. No, I was not able to do anything constructive towards the collection this week other than pick up Laser Prime.
Which I'm jealous of because that's my biggest want. I'm just like,
Yeah, I was handed a 97-page blueprint this week that I've got to go through. So
Okay.
yeah, my evenings have been full. But
I hear that.
there you go, Courage.
ooh.
Let me zoom in on that.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's my.
And
That's my.
Flawless victory.
Mm-hmm.
Flawless
Nice.
victory.
he's a lot of
Nice.
fun. I'll transform him for you.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool. What about you, Calvin? Have you been up on the Hasbro Pulse news?
Man, I did a whole show about that. And believe me, I went in.
Yes.
Yes.
I think Calvin, you might be on that show right now.
This is correct.
So here it is, my friend. You have it.
Here it is. Another Def Jam.
Bam.
Oh,
All right.
just,
So you know
just to let Bill know, you might want to start checking your targets. I guess somebody just found the Blitzwing in our target here in Ohio or something. I'm in Minnesota. So
Oh.
I just got resources tell me that somebody actually purchased one. And I guess, you go to Target, they don't really put stuff on the shelf, so they keep it in the back.
Yeah,
But
that's
just-
how I got Lady Prime. I took
Yeah.
the DCPI number in and asked the lady to check for it, and she was like, "Oh, it says here we have 0 and 9." I said, "What the hell does that mean?" And she was like, "Oh, that means that we have 0 on the shelf, but 9 in the back."
Wow.
Yeah, this is what we're facing here. This is what we're actually facing. Literally.
Yeah, so she went in the
That's
back and
hilarious.
grabbed them,
I have
and then
never
I'm going to
tried
post.
this. I have never actually tried going to the store and being like, "Yo, do you have the figure in the back? I don't see it."
You have to have the DCI number for it, the DCPI number, and on Transformers Liberated, we have a guy. I don't know how he gets them, but he gets them for all the Transformers, and he posts them so that we all have them, so that we can go in the store and say, "Hey, you got this in the back?" And they're like,
Okay,
"Oh,
so
shit."
where? So what is this? Is this a website? Is this a web page?
No, it's a Facebook group called Transformers Liberated, and it's a buy-sell group, but it's also information.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are not currently on that page, you heard it here on Children of Primus First. That's your resource to get those codes to get your figures. Bam.
So liberate them.
And,
Liberate
I'll-
those Transformers.
Liberate them from the back. They're being held captive in the back of Target.
Exactly.
I will post all of the legacy. I'll post the picture of all of the legacy numbers to our website.
Ooh, nice.
Are you guys
Excellent.
hearing? I'm hearing some glitching happening when Bill is talking. Is that his mic?
It's probably him
Was
doing the
anybody else hearing it?
transformation.
I mean, my cat was meowing in the background. If that's what it was.
Jesus Christ. Just say yes or no. Don't I'm not talking about a fucking cat, dude.
And why not?
I mean, I was a few minutes ago when I was eating my sushi, but now you've given me a bad taste in my mouth. Can we talk about Transformers news?
Yeah, look at that Wild Rider.
That's
The
just
backpack
wild.
is trash.
Yeah,
this is.
I have 3 of each of those on order right now.
I thought you were gonna say there. It wouldn't have surprised me.
No, I haven't got them yet.
Not 1, not 2, but 3 people.
Well, that's so I can have all modes: cars, single robots, and combined.
Yeah, you know, Bill, you did tell us that earlier.
If you do.
This is one of those ones where I'm like, I don't have much of an opinion on this guy because I'm not really a Stunticon guy. Like, I don't have any issue with them. They just don't really interest me. So I'm just like, that's the guy.
All right, can we fire
if you give me the
Anthony
screen for
and
just-
hire
you can give me-
Prime Time?
If you can give me the screen for a second, I've got him transformed. He's pretty simple. I like it.
Yep, we got you. Oh, where is he? Come on. There he is. There's the boy. Oh, he's gone now. There he is.
Hang on, I gotta
Zap,
get
zap.
There it is.
There we go.
And then there's this trailer.
Hey, he should have a sword fight with Megatron with Megatron's laser sword.
Yeah. Well, the G2 one that goes against him has a sword, so they can sword fight.
Actually, I guess I could do it like this. There you go.
Oh,
And I can hold them up.
Yeah. So I was going to say,
But
one of the
Anthony,
reasons
I'm talking aligned continuity. You know,
we
you
go.
get our regular G1
And-
Megatron with his Energon sword.
Yeah. The reason this guy's special to me was the original. It wasn't my first, but it was one of the earliest Transformers I had, and all that's left of him these days is an upper torso because everything else has been broken and lost. So, yeah. So that's
And
something
his
I'm
trailer
really looking forward
transforms into
to.
a little.
Yeah, but it still does the T-shaped thing.
Nice.
Oh, there, guys, maybe we need to start a Transformers advocacy hashtag. Well, two of them. One is liberate the Transformers from the back of Target. But the other one is base modes matter.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And I really like like you were saying, I have the FTM or TFM Stunticons.
Yeah, we were talking about them. The IDW, they look so
I am
nice.
still willing to trade you one of these chrome ones for that original one.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I'm definitely going to come visit you sometime this summer. I'm going to drive down, we'll hang out, and we'll do some swaps. I'll bring some toys.
That'd be
We'll
awesome.
have a barbecue.
Mhm.
And I'll see if I can get Calvin to come.
That'd be sweet, man. Not the week of Memorial Day because I will be in Florida, but anytime after that, awesome.
That sounds good, bro. Calvin, you down?
Yeah, but you were talking about multiple sets. You know, my third-party Stunticons.
Oh yes. There we go.
Oh, let's go to the Stunticons.
I have two sets of the X Transbots and two sets of the TFM, and then there's my original.
Okay, so I got now another Motormaster question for everybody. This comes out of what Orlati was saying earlier. Orlati, you there? Is Mike still here, or he's still?
No, he's here now.
Okay, good. Okay, so here's the Motormaster question for everybody. So Bill, you just mentioned that you have both the X Transbots, third party, masterpiece scale, and you also have the Fans Toys Stunticon. So also I have, and you have the other set. So I've got all the same sets. But now for the question for everybody here is a question for the your preference between the way X Transbots did it versus the way Fans Toys did it. Now, what Fans Toys did is what Orlati said that he preferred was retained from G1, which is from the G1 toy, which is the Fans Toys. Bill, I don't know if you have it handy, you could show everybody. Fans Toys Motormaster, the trailer actually collapses. It folds all the way up and becomes part of the robot. So the trailer basically disappears just like in the cartoon, and you just have the robot. Versus X Transbots, they've done it the way Legacy is now copying, which is...
I don't have Fan Toys. I have TFM.
Oh, I'm okay. So you don't have all three.
No.
Okay, I've got. Okay, well, you have all three of all the sets that you do have. I only have one set of every set I have, but I do have all three sets of Motormaster of Stunticon third-party guys. Anyway, X Transbots. I'm going to lose people here. X Transbots is just the cab becomes the robot, and the trailer becomes the base and becomes the skeleton for Menasor, as you guys know, which is the same as Legacy. So what is your preference? Do you, if the option was just do it like Fans Toys. So let's say Legacy had that option. Let's put it in a Legacy discussion because that's our main topic, right? instead of copying the X-Transbots version and the DX9 version, which are the two third-party companies that did it the way now Legacy has copied, instead they could have copied Fans Toys. And what Fans Toys did was they made it like the G1 toy, where I already mentioned the trailer transforms into Motormaster. And then you'd have separate combiner parts to put the whole Menasor together. We haven't seen that yet because Fans Toys is dragging their feet. But over to you guys. If Legacy had the option of Motormaster being an all-in-one, would that be your preference, or do you like it the way it is?
I was going to say I like it the way it is here, and I was going to bring up this interview, which Spin has even posted a picture of just now, which is there's like real specific reasons for doing it that way that have less to do with combination and more to do with scale. So because of what you see on the screen there, that's why I kind of prefer it that way. It's a way to sort of cheat what the cartoon did while still having the base mode, where Optimus and Motormaster form the same size trucks, but then their robot modes are also the same size.
I agree, and I love it. Thanks for, and I'll watch that interview too. But that's exactly what I liked because, of course, we all remember that King of the Road episode, right?
Yeah.
And we've talked about in some of our early episodes, some of our first episodes. I think I was talking about how one of the things I always wanted as a kid was for those two trucks to be in scale, and those two robots to be in scale, and we finally got it.
Yeah. And that interview there is with one of the Japanese designers of this new one. And he specifically brought that up as the reason why. And that's what that is there.
Might have been the guy who gave me the sushi.
Maybe.
Oh, no, this guy's at Hasbro. I was talking to the guy at Takara. Different guy.
Yeah, well, no, that is the Takara designer.
Oh, good. It could have been him. He wasn't wearing glasses, so maybe that's why I didn't recognize him.
Careful, that's a Clark Kent Superman reference.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, what's your answer?
For me, I like it when they're the same size. When Motormaster is the same scale as Prime in vehicle and robot mode. Now, and the XTBs are the perfect example of this. Let me get over where people can see who's talking here. The XTBs, they released, if I'm not mistaken, Wild Rider first, then Drag Strip, then Breakdown, and Dead End. And then Motormaster. But Motormaster didn't come with a trailer. And then for another $200, you can get the trailer, and now you can combine them. They will not combine without the trailer. So if you've already been on board for the other 5, now you've got to buy one more. To me, that was a money grab.
Yeah, I hated that. I called it hashtag Trailergate.
Yeah, they're handling the release on these guys way better because not only is Motormaster all in one, but they're sort of advertising you can kind of create Menasor without the limbs if you really wanted to. So it just feels like less of a cash grab.
Well, yeah, they were talking about that. They were saying how you can miss out on a wave, and you miss out, let's just say, drag strip or whatever case is. And so people are saying that, hopefully what they will do by the end of all the waves, that they'll do like a one big package for all of them that you can buy.
Yeah, like when they did with Studio Series Devastator, where once they were all out, they did a box set.
Yeah. So I hope they do. I would have preferred they came up with a box set first, to be honest with you. But going back to Dee's question, I like Fans Toys. I like how they did the whole Motormaster. I like the whole theme. I like everything. I even like the rest of the combiners. So I'm a fan of toys. That's my pick. If they had to do it.
You said you like how they did the rest of the combiners?
Yeah, like the shape of the vehicles, like Drag Strip, Wire Rider, so forth.
Oh yeah, the rest of the team members. Yeah. Yeah, no, they all are good. No, I got you. I misunderstood because Fans Toys didn't make other combiners. That's why I was confused. But Bill, I'm not sure if you mentioned this. The scale of the robots. Were you talking about that? And the difference between XTB and Fans Toys in terms of the cars.
Correct. I like the fact that they're a little bit bigger than Deluxe, but not much. Let's see if I can get somebody down here.
You're talking about robot mode or cars? Because see, here what's cool about what Fans Toys did. Here's what Fans Toys did that's different than anybody else, in terms of like creative engineering. Is you have this problem of scale where with the Stunticons in vehicle mode, according to the cartoon, obviously, the cars are supposed to be the same size as the Autobot cars. But in robot mode, you usually see the Stunticons with the other Decepticons, and all the Decepticons are roughly the same height, versus the Carbots, the Autobot Carbots, are not as tall as those Decepticons. So with DX9, what they did is they just made the cars and the robots bigger. The Masterpiece scale robots are bigger than the Carbots, the Autobot Carbots. And X-Transbots made the cars the same size, but that means that the robots are not in scale. With Fans Toys, they actually made it so that the cars are the same scale as the Autobot cars, but they transform into robots that are almost as tall, roughly as tall as the Masterpiece Seekers. So they basically did the mass shifting in their engineering.
Wow.
So they get the props with the engineering of their vehicle, of the car Stunticons, but also, as I mentioned, with Motormaster, because they're the only ones that managed to get Motormaster to transform altogether into one robot. But now I think where Bill was going, I'll throw back to you, Bill, is he was saying with the X-Transbots, because they have Motormaster, just the cab being the robot, that robot ends up being the exact same size as Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Whereas the Fans Toys Masterpiece scale, Motormaster, because you get the whole trailer in there, he is bigger than Prime. Now, for me, I don't mind. He just sort of hulks over Prime. They're still roughly in scale. But I don't know, Bill, if you think that the Fans Toys Motormaster is just too big compared to Optimus.
Well, see, I can't comment on that because I don't have Fans Toys.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So what I've got
I'll comment
here,
on
what
that.
I've got here is I've got Masterpiece, Sideswipe, and both Wild Riders from XTB and X-Transbots and from TFM, and they are all roughly the same size.
Oh, so I got to show you guys Fans Toys so you see the difference.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good photo.
Okay, see that actually works. And
Yeah.
that would tie into a comment in it, to an idea and comment. That
And
I'm
if you
thinking about.
if you wanted to throw Laser Prime in here, since he's standing here.
Nice. Just about the same height.
Yeah, that works perfectly.
I'm just marveling at. I like how those take the aesthetic in like two different directions.
Bill, can you show them for comparison, and we'll contrast with what I'm showing here. Do you have the X-Transbots Motormaster handy? And then can you show that, if you do, can you show that to Masterpiece Prime?
My Masterpiece Prime is sealed in the box, so
Or a guy who's the
set
same height.
behind him.
So
Or you
hang on one second, I gotta dig him out.
Okay. So while Bill's doing that, I'm just gonna kind of comment again back to what I was saying in Fan Toys. I do like the fact that Mortarmaster is a little bit hulkier than Optimus Prime, or a little bit bigger than him, because it actually goes with his name as well too, Mortar Master.
It's the master of the motors.
Exactly. And if you notice in all the cartoons, or Prime, or even in the movies, Decepticons tend to be bigger than the Autobots. So I personally don't mind Motormaster being a little bit bigger or hulkier than Optimus Prime when it comes to the toys?
Yeah, I agree. Like you want them to be roughly in the same scale, and you want the trucks to be the same size. But it's cool if just like Megatron being a little bigger than Prime, right? Like the other way around, that would not work. But when the figure of Megatron is a little bigger, that's cool because you want your bad guys to be imposing, right? So how does this work for you guys?
Ooh, it's a nice scale.
Fun.
Sit those bad boys down.
Yeah, let me put them on a table so I can. Give me a second.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, we got one there. Wow, look at that.
Jeez.
Oh, let me,
We can still see you, D.
hit that one.
Nice.
Prime is head and shoulders taller, but he's
Okay.
also. Hang on, he's
Oh,
about.
but that's MP01. That's not MP10.
Yeah, it's very close.
Well, no, but that one actually is going to scale better with the fans' toys. So, but yeah, see now here you've got it in reverse. Here you have actually Optimus bigger than Motormaster. Oh, and that's the you have the youth version, yeah, the toy colors.
Correct.
Nice.
I have
Oh,
both. I have
you have
both.
all.
I have the other one.
I have them in their vehicle modes.
Nice.
Ooh, that's dope.
And then these are the youths down here.
Nice.
The three youth.
Yeah.
The four youth.
For those of you that don't know, the youth version is the name for the toy version, the toy homage version.
I thought I had to do with some cousin Vinny guy.
All right, how am I gonna do this?
Oh, look, we can see ourselves. Oh, there we go. That's a good way of doing it. Got a table and everything.
Now, the one thing that I really did like about the TFM ones were that they used updated vehicles. You know, we had, new, they're all the same car, but it's the new age of them.
Mhm.
And of course, this metallic version is sweet as fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. Should I not say that?
Yeah, no, that's
Okay.
yeah.
We said a lot. I was gonna say
All
we
right.
said a lot worse than that, Bill. So don't worry about it.
Okay, so here's these guys. Spin. Let me get the screen again.
Sorry, man. I
So-
love that purple and black.
All right, so this is one of the ones Bill was just showing. That's from the Transformation Stunticon. Here's an X-Transbot Stunticon, as you were just seeing, right? And here's Prime. And now these guys are the same height as the Masterpiece Autobot cars.
Mhm.
All right, so that's how tall those guys are for scale. Now here comes Motormaster. So this is the Motormaster that you guys haven't seen. This is the big Motormaster.
Big.
Now, is that
motor.
what is that? Fan toys?
That's fans' toys, yeah. So even look like
I
he's
like
even
that.
fun.
Damn,
Right?
I'm gonna
Like
have to get that set now.
This is it's fans' toys. Like you see, it's better when he hulks over Optimus.
I like that.
Like you can't like the X-Transbots is good, but this Motormaster is better. And now let me show you. Now remember what I was telling you about the trailer? There's the trailer. So if you can believe it, like that
It's on the
entire
back.
trailer folds out to become a Masterpiece scale trailer.
Jeez.
Damn.
That's perfect. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't look too much of a backpack.
No,
It blends right
I
in.
mean, really, it's nothing compared to a lot of these figures.
Yeah, that fully works.
Yeah.
Wait, that's his trailer on his back?
That's the whole
Yeah.
trailer. It's the entire trailer.
Ooh.
It's not like an
Right there.
RC.
I like that. I really like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
you know
like
what's
the
funny? You know what's funny? I asked you guys the question. Oh, Prime died. He murdered Prime. It's a murder Prime. Spin, play the money. Play the music.
Slightly pushed. Somebody's finna get sued.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but
Hope you got a shirt.
so you
Oh,
see
there
what's
goes the
funny
red.
though? I asked you guys, which do you prefer? Everybody was saying they like it the way Legacy did, but now you see the way Fans Toys did it. You're like, oh, that's dope.
Goes back to what I was trying to say earlier, doesn't it, AD?
Yeah, it does.
See?
You know what? That has to branch off to one of our other to another show that we have to revisit in terms of recreating the ARC characters and what scale and what characters would you have to buy in order to properly recreate all of those characters. Within the ARC and the early G1 series episodes.
Oh, didn't we do that? Didn't we talk about that already?
Yeah, we did. We did.
But we didn't fully get into it because like right now we're kind of getting more in depth in terms of which characters and which companies you would have to buy in order to properly scale the characters, to how they should be.
But but that is a topic for another day.
Yeah, that is for another day. So I mean, we still have some more of the Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah, we barely touched it. We just got Stunticon distracted.
Yes.
Lost in the Stuntosaurus.
As far as I'm concerned, Stunticon's taking over is always. As long as Bill is going to show us his Stunticon collection, I'm all into it. But anyway, let's get back to Legacy.
Oh, this guy. This is the first one of these Prime updates that I've actually been interested in. The new version of Knockout. Because I don't think the original was a very good figure, and I feel like this update's just like an improvement across the board, and also because it comes from Studio Series Jazz, which was also a good figure.
I like the Prime one.
Yeah, I know. I
have it.
I wasn't terribly fond of it, like as somebody that owned it, and but this version right here, it's got the colors right. It's got those nice gold rims. It's got the little patterns on the doors. It just comes out looking really nice. And I didn't know this back when we just knew that he was a Studio Series thing. He has the trident, which is the important part. I mean, it's broken.
Hold on, but you gotta give the importance of why he had that trident, because it was part of the cartoon in Transformers Prime.
Yeah, and everybody, it was already leaked that he was going to be a Jazz retool, so we were all expecting that, but we weren't expecting that he was going to have the trident. And it's broken into chunks in that picture, but they confirmed he can still properly hold it like he did on the show. That you can just also break it into weapons if you want.
See, here's my complaint. I like what they did here with this figure. I like what they did with RC, meaning the Prime. Why did they change Bulkhead then? Yeah,
that's weird. Like I said, I wasn't. This is the first one I'm into because I think it's the first one that didn't really mess around with the source material. Not that this one didn't. It's just less noticeable.
Just weird, man. Like it just.
I can answer the Bulkhead question.
Money?
The reason why they changed it is to make it appeal to guys like us. That's why they changed it.
It doesn't appeal to someone like me. Oh, this guy.
I like
this guy. This is the only one that I pre-ordered because I'm like, I've got to make sure I get one of these for my Beast Wars collection. They're just finishing off the last couple of guys, and this guy looks excellent.
No, I'll cancel your order. Yes.
You can't cancel my order. It's my order.
No.
Calvin, do it. Do it. It's for his own good. Cancel his order. Teach him a lesson.
No, you can't have it. No.
But why, pray tell?
Anthony, you've been told.
Well, too bad. I'm getting it anyway.
You're going to get that letter. You're going to get that confirmation saying it's been canceled.
Yeah. Look at that spider mode. That pings my arachnophobia. They were holding this up to the camera during the stream, and I was like,
For real? That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
That's a realistic looking tarantula. Except for the claws are
Hold on. Do you also see Americans every time you go to the U.S.?
You know
well,
what?
I would hope so.
Because that is not a realistic looking tarantula, bro.
I mean,
You know
maybe not
what?
the colors, but like the sculpt.
You know
What are
what?
you
I'm
talking
gonna
about?
see
That
a
looks really
husky
nice.
No.
spider. How about that?
Hey, I'm a spider expert, and that does not look anything like a tarantula.
Nope. It looks
Listen,
more like
to an
a.
arachnophobe, the fucking thing is real, okay? The fear is real. That's what matters.
Right now, it's more fear, less courage with me with this.
Touche. You got it back. You got it back.
But you know what? I actually like how they incorporated his one of his weapons as his little, spike at the back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
it was
cool.
on the original too.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and even though they
A little
haven't
crabby.
shown Inferno, he's on the box art for the new Metroplex, getting torn up by his saw blade, which was really funny. So
Wow.
like, he's coming too.
I don't think that there should be. I don't know if it's the character design or whatever, but on the pincers or on the mouth of the spider, I don't think it should have the paint there. I think the better use of the paint apps elsewhere, because the pincers, that should just be, black or one color.
Maybe.
Okay, now this I got a lot to say about.
One thing I want to say right out ahead, because of it showing up in Wreckers, we know that this is going to be retooled into Minerva. So this is really more meant to resemble Minerva than Alita 1. It's going to get a new head and a new paint job.
That explains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's some of the arguments that was going on that I was reading. It's
It's trash. Like
Yeah,
Alita,
why?
Alita 1 has been getting shafted, since she was created by Alpha Trion.
Yeah.
from day one.
Exactly. Like all the toys. Is there any good Alita 1 toy? No. It's even in third party. It's all like, she's like second or third thought, like, let's change the head, let's throw something on here.
Let's change the color and do a new head for RC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that said, I see you, Anthony, and it's true that the Earthrise Alita 1, just the figure itself, the action figure, is not bad. Right,
Yeah,
that's probably the best figure that's been made of Alita 1 right there.
Yeah.
It's just a crappy Transformer. So that's RC, right?
Yeah, which got retooled into her. I never got the Alita 1 version, but
So I have the Alita 1, and it may even be better looking than that one. And both of those, you would agree. Do you think that is a good action figure, if not alt mode?
yeah, like the car is a bit dicey, but it's a real good action figure, like you said. So
Right. So that's the only problem with that Alita 1. And even though it's used for two different characters, it doesn't seem to suffer as a result, at least that bot mode. But this one clearly does.
Well,
Damn.
here's where it goes downhill.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that I swear,
Yeah,
and
like
I'm
a
not the first
go-kart.
person-
Downhill
looks
like a
like-
go-kart.
Y'all remember on The Simpsons? I've seen this when they had Homer Simpson design a car and it was called the Homer. That's what that looks
Yes.
like.
No,
I swear
now
to
I
God.
remember.
I've seen it pointed
No.
out on Twitter. I looked at a screenshot. I'm like, that is the Homer car. Just paint it.
Yeah,
I
because
saw the
people
con-
even
like,
make
when I
memes,
first
right?
saw this, I'm thinking, this is like Barbie, this is like Strawberry Shortcake, and then looking at the comments, they were like, this is like a Disney version. I'm like, what is
Yeah.
this? What is this?
Look, no, Mike.
Is that a little crown, a Disney princess crown on the top there?
Yes. I don't know why they do this to Alita 1. She should have more respect.
Well, the actual reason
Totally,
is
she
like,
should.
yeah, it's supposed to be Minerva. They just decided to release the retool first before the original, so it'll probably make a better Minerva once we see that.
Who cares about Minerva? Who's Minerva? I'd rather have a better Leader 1 because at the end of the
Minerva
day,
gets on my Minerva already.
yeah, there you go. Right, and you see the colors that they did for Minerva. It looks brown.
All right,
Well,
Bill's trying to show
What are
something.
you
Let's
looking
get
at?
let's get a full screen of Bill and see what's going on in his house. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
He's playing with his
you see
strippers.
the paint apps, like that does look good. Like that is a good use of that mold.
Mhm.
Right? That Alita 1 looks good. The only problem is the alt mode of the transformation is trash. But yeah, this is a good setup. The only question is,
That's where you're supposed to put your miniature figure of Professor D, not Starscream.
Now, D,
I
did you get to see the MP version of this?
No, let me see it.
Give me the screen again if you can.
Okay.
Oh yes, with Nicey.
and Muka, baby.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
yeah. Okay, listen. You got to show those figures to these guys. They don't know anything about those figures. Show them
Oh, okay.
Nicey.
You know, I know of those figures, but I don't know like the complete details about them.
Well, actually, yeah. Show the new one because there's newer ones coming out. And as a matter of fact, there's an Alita one. So it's funny that we're talking about this now. But Spin, you wanted us to bring up the newer third party stuff. So they are remaking this same mold that Bill's going to show us here
Oh, I've seen a
into
picture
an
of it.
Alita one.
This is
Yeah.
Nicey. Here, let me turn like that.
There we go. That's more clear.
I love the way you had that. You got that in the display there with the lights going. That looks so dope.
Yeah.
And I don't have them on Muka yet, but Nicey has them in. Of course, these come from Japan, so they actually have realistic feeling boobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
They got silicone. They got silicone boobs. Not just realistic. They're fake boobs, but they're made out of the same material that real fake boobs are made out of. So they're real fake boobs for real.
So can you get
That's when you go down the road of you can get robotic humanoid robotic companions, shall we say?
Spin, can you give me
Listen, Spin. You're like, you're saying it like as if there's something to be made fun of there. But what are we doing? You're collecting Japanese dolls. It's the same thing.
Yeah, Spin, can you give me the screen? Because now I've got Muka sitting up here beside her.
There we go.
It's just some people's Japanese dolls are more feminine than others.
Nice.
Well, I do like the black and red.
Yeah, that looks good, right? Now,
Yeah,
is
that
Muka,
actually
is
really
that one
nice.
still available, or is that sold out?
No, you
So
can
can you
still get
zoom in?
Muka.
Can you zoom in a little bit
She's
more?
about $175. When I saw her, I had to grab her. And
Did you
just
pay
so I could have-
$175?
Huh?
Did you pay $175?
Yeah, that's shipped. $175 shipped.
Crazy.
She's like $135, something like that, and then $40 shipping
Do
from
you-
Japan.
Do you know how much Nicey was? What did you pay for your Nicey?
My Nicey is broken.
Oh, no.
She's not broken bad, and the guy tried to fix her. If you give me the screen again, I'll show you. So this piece, the guy right out of the box.
Oh, sucks.
Wow.
And so I've already got her pinned. I just haven't got her glued yet. But it doesn't affect her transforming. It only affects her being able to turn this front end of her car into the bow. So you can still hang it on there and she looks good.
So do you think that was a fluke, or do you think that's a design flaw in the character that people should watch out for if they get it?
I think the guy shouldn't have used his damn ham hands whenever he was trying to transform her and looked at the damn transformation instructions.
Okay, so you bought both of these secondhand. You didn't buy them new.
I bought Nicey secondhand. Yeah, I wasn't back into it.
Got it. So, but here's what So what I was going to point out is that these figures, just like everybody, post COVID, all the prices have shot up. But these figures are some really good examples because Nicey, when she came out, that figure was $80, and now if you want to buy it, you're pushing $200, as Bill is saying. And
if you're lucky. If you're lucky.
Well, you will be lucky now because there's the KOs coming out. I mentioned the Alita one is coming out, and there's a KO.
Pre-order.
Yeah, well, exactly. But how much is it? Like $140, right?
Honestly, I don't remember. I just said, yeah, put it in my pocket.
Yeah, well, Bill's a baller, so that's how it goes. But the reason why I don't have it on pre-order is because I remember that the figure was $80, and so now I'm going to have to pay $140, and I'm like, I don't want to. Eventually, I will. But anyway, Primetime says he's got an extra Netflix Alita 1. I still have mine in the box, but Anthony, maybe you and Primetime, you know, I wouldn't meet up with him in person because he might kill you and take your identity and that way become like an executive on the show.
Wow.
That's how we decide this trial by combat. Primetime
Oh,
says
then
my favorite
I've already
female
won.
boss is Greenlight.
Yeah, there she is
Yeah.
in the box still.
Boom. Which one is Greenlight?
Oh shit! Greenlight is the box set that was limited edition. She was,
Yep.
was part of the combiner
Amazon.
thing for Orthea, and she is the only Fembot I do not have. Now,
Oh,
Yeah,
Bill,
she's
you're
Amazon
fired.
based.
Bill, get out of here.
Downfirst.
We are so disappointed in you right now.
Want a trader though? I still have a sealed Skywarp Siege in the
Ooh.
box, and I will
Yeah,
gladly
that's a
trade
hard
him
one.
for that Fembot that I do not have.
All right,
Because
well,
they're
you heard the
roughly
guy.
the
He's
same.
putting it out
They're
there.
right between
Just
280
be
and
careful,
320.
Bill. Don't meet up with this guy in person because he may just be saying he has the one character that you don't have in order to meet up with you so he can kill you, take your identity, and become a cast member.
D,
There's a whole lot of killings going on here.
I was gonna say, D, you haven't met me in person yet, but I'm really not worried about too many people out there.
No, but the thing is that we don't know what this guy Primetime looks like.
Maybe he's
Wait,
double.
Bill, how tall are you again?
I'm only 5'11", but I'm 350 pounds.
Yeah, he's Ultra Magnus. He's Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, that's all. That's
I was
Ultra
a-
Magnus right there.
I was a semi-pro bodybuilder. You know, I have a bench and a squat of over 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's funny.
You have a
thinking,
squat of over 1,000 pounds. That's
I'm
that's a
thinking
lot.
WWF
My
right
squat
there.
is around 680, and my bench press is 425.
Just meet a guy, take your hands, go like this to his head.
And I'm also licensed to carry a gun concealed. Welcome to America.
welcome.
So
Murder
I would
Prime.
advise
Murder
y'all to
Prime,
pick these up.
guys. It's Murder Prime time.
Just past 30 minutes been crazy for me.
All right.
because
So anyways,
hold on,
anyways,
wait a
listen.
minute, dude. Hold on, We've
Go
been
ahead.
talking about Fembots, grabbing them, silicone brass, trading them, buying them, pimping them out, and we're talking about other stuff.
Orlati,
You guys are killing me here, man.
Hold
You
on,
guys are
hold
killing me
on.
here.
Orlati, none of that is weird. The only weird thing about it is that you are not the one who's brought all those topics up. That's the only thing strange.
I'm just biting my tongue here, man. That's all I gotta say,
Okay.
man.
See, I know you know this, but these guys
Just
don't.
don't grab, guys. My little warning, boys and guys or whatever that are watching this show. Don't grab girls or fembots by the boobs. That's all I'm gonna
Including
say.
pick up
And on
when
that,
you handle
and
your
on that topic,
fembots.
and
Handle
on
your
that topic,
fembots
I'm
with
fixing to
respect.
show you the box for Muka.
Yeah. And don't trade them. Okay.
God
They're not
damn.
mail order. Oh,
Right.
Okay, now hold on. Do you also have to not pick up the box by the boobs?
That's right.
this is like mail order bride stuff here, you know.
We're gonna get like content ID'd, you know.
This is a show for adults.
The version of this on YouTube that goes up is gonna have that like pixelated.
I know.
So
I'm
from
drinking
I know
the
this is-
Freestyle Sundays, for
Grabbing
those that
JD
just
Scotch,
tuning
and
in,
we're looking at Fembots. Okay.
yeah, pure,
Okay, anyway,
pure chaos
Primetime
going
has
on.
a guys. Primetime has a question for everybody. Primetime wants to know who is your favorite fembot. Mine is Alita 1.
I have to agree with D. I'm in the same boat.
Alita 1 for myself.
I gotta go with RC personally, just as a movie fan, like an '80s movie fan.
All right,
Mine was Moonracer because she was a sniper.
nice, good answer. All right, Calvin.
Firestar.
Oh, a deep cut.
Which one is Firestar?
Another one of Alita's gang.
Yep.
Oh, it would have been good if this was Firestar.
Here,
Oh yeah,
Firestar.
Firestar. Okay, yeah, the red one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Firestar.
I gotta. Yeah.
There she is.
Oh, that looks
There
good.
she is.
I don't have that figure. That looks nice.
Nice, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Although the Windblade, the Generations Windblade is really nice.
Yep.
Likes Nautica too. I got Nautica back here. Oh yeah, that's a good one. With
Which
You got
one
the
is the
Titan
blue?
Return one too?
Mm-hmm.
The blue one is Moonracer, right? I think Moonracer is the only Hasbro one I have.
You don't have Lancer?
No,
Yeah, Lancer's the orange one. They're all
No, I
in here
don't.
except for Greenlight.
I like the red one though. I want that Moonracer.
Oh, you mean Firestar?
Oh, Firestar. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
She'll have her own
Firestar,
sequence.
and then in the back over here is Nightbird.
I like Nightbird. Jesus.
Did you show us? Did you get the Masterpiece Nightbird? You were just showing us that, right?
Guess what Muka is?
Yeah, but I mean the Takara one.
No.
Okay. All right.
No,
Somebody else had it.
the
Because
big
this guy.
Firebird.
I want to bring
forget
up.
to mention, I did pick up my Shattered Glass Jetfire.
Oh, that big old commander. God, what a daring thing of them to do. Just make up a commander that's just a shattered glass guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, yeah. I don't have that, and I didn't manage to get the regular colored one. I really wanted that.
What?
You didn't get. You didn't
I didn't
this?
get the Jetfire.
You
Yeah,
didn't
I mean
get
I
this
got
one?
fans towards Phoenix, so it's not like I need it, but I still
Right.
wanted it.
I got that one too.
And there's another one down here.
Ooh.
Maybe I can buy one of those off you.
Oh yeah, we can definitely deal, brother.
But yeah, you do have fans towards Phoenix in there. I just saw. That's not Deca, is it? That's fans toys.
No, those are that's that Siege one.
Inside the
Everybody
case?
that I've talked to has said that they're identical.
In your glass case?
Yeah, that's Siege.
Oh. They're not identical, bro. Let me show you the difference.
Steege. Well, while they're there, I do want to say that this guy on screen here, G-Axis, is probably. Oh well, never mind.
Yeah, no, we'll come back to him, and just before there we go. There it is. There's Bill's version.
Okay, yeah. Spin. Let me get. All right, now Bill's version is nice.
Yeah, I might get scattered for a minute. I got to walk downstairs and get a battery. My phone's about to die.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I don't have the Siege one, so we can't show them next to each other. But I mean, there's no comparison. Oh, you know what we could do? Okay, I know what we could do. I can go grab one of the figures that he had it next to. I think I could find that grapple or that Inferno.
All right.
I keep trying to bring.
Oh, sorry, Anthony.
I keep trying to bring this guy up. That's G-Axis because this is probably the reveal that I unexpectedly liked the most because they made this guy look like he came straight out of the '90s comics with his like head sculpt and his guns and everything. Like I was really impressed with this guy.
Yeah, it is very cool looking.
Yeah,
Yes.
like Derek Yaniger was the one that partially designed him and drew him, and they specifically copied his art like really specifically.
Nice.
Well, one thing just before I jump into the G-Axis comment, in terms of tying in with anyone wanting to trade characters, buy characters, we have the website childrenofprimus.com, which is our buy and sell website. And also, if you want to connect to any of the members that are hosting, that are in the comments section, you can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube. And you can connect with everyone through there if you want to, trade, buy, and sell characters, and be a host on one of our later shows as well. But to jump into G-Axis, I was surprised as well. And also what I found funny, in watching the Pulse, and I'm guessing it's either newer fans or fans that don't know, where a lot of them were like, oh, what is this Japanese character, or who is this and this and that? And I'm like, again, once the cartoon ended in around 87, people completely forgot that the toy line still existed, the comic book still existed. So this is a G1 character from the comic book, and he looks exactly as he did in the comic book. So I'm impressed I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, and this guy's technically British American because Simon Furman created him and Derek Yaniger came up with his design. So
this is where I have no knowledge because I have never read a Transformers comic book or owned one.
Yeah. Well, if you can tell by his design, he's extremely 90s because he was the main bad guy in the comic book version of Transformers Generation 2, which was, peak 90s comics. They're the ones with like Optimus Prime with the bullet holes in his head on the cover and stuff.
I know this is really off topic, but my ice balls that I have for my whiskey are Death Stars.
Oh, nice. Nobody's made a Unicron one.
Oh God, why you gotta fucking tempt me? Pete, we have to fucking make a Unicron mold for a whiskey ball.
Well,
Anthony, you see what you guys started
versus
D, you're silent right now.
I was shouting with my mic off. Guys, you heard it here first. When we get to 40,000 subscribers on Patreon, Children of Primus, there will be Unicron whiskey balls for everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
I just want to point out with this guy's jet mode, that wiring in the back, that's another like very Generation 2 comic booky detail that they replicated.
Oh yeah.
It had like a really specific art style to it, and they just like nailed this, making this guy look like he came right out of those pages. So like this is another one that I'm like really looking forward to.
I wish we could have got two versions of this guy. To be honest with you,
What will be the second one?
Like
I don't know
just a grayish black color. It's just like I can't. Like it looked like a Waspinator or somebody. Like look at the colors. Like it's great, but I wish it could have just gave us a second version of him too. It would have been nice.
Well, rumor is that this guy's going to get heavily retooled into Armada Starscream, the same way the old Thrilling 31 was retooled from him. So,
or, my opinion, I think they should have gave him the Blitzwing body.
Yeah, maybe. But their goal with this one was just to be as comic accurate as possible, and they seem to have really done that.
Was he supposed to be a triple changer?
No, just a robot and a jet.
But the funny part is, did you? I think was it Hosmer Pross or was it Rodimus Prime? They were saying his origin name. Did you know the history of his name?
G-Axis?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Generation 2, Simon Furman knew it was probably going to get canceled because the expectations for the comic were way too high. So G-Axis' name is supposed to read G-Axis, as in cancel us.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this guy. Everybody was mad about this, and if you listen to that YouTuber stream where they talked about him, somebody point blank asked, "Why is this the Siege guy and why is this not the Netflix guy?" And the answer they gave during that stream was they don't actually have the rights to the Netflix tooling right now because Walmart locked it in exclusively for a period of time that hasn't expired yet. So they're not. Yeah, that was the answer that the designers gave during that stream. Like Vangelis did a video on it and everything. So like they had to go with this one because right now Walmart still has the rights to the Netflix version. Maybe in the future it'll expire eventually, but right now, this was the best they could do. So yeah, it's just the Siege one again, just without the battle damage.
The clean version.
Yeah.
I won't be buying that one. I've already got both versions of it.
Oh yeah, no, I have the Netflix one. I don't have any need for this one.
I will be buying that one because that's the clean one. So that'll be my second one.
Wait. Let me be 100% honest. I might buy it if the box art is good.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's Siege Soundwaves.
No, I get that, but I get that, but what is that?
It's supposed to be like a drop ship because like the cassette door's on the underside, but it's just like a quote unquote space vessel.
It just looks like. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Sorry to interrupt. It just looks like some guy, the engineer guy, just said, you know what? We're just gonna squash it. And here you go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, he can do the lamppost mode. Like there's a picture, at least on the Siege one, there was a diagram on the side of the box that showed you how to do it.
Incredible.
This sound wave,
That's what he originally were at first, a lamppost.
Yeah.
this sound wave was
looking at it.
not designed by the same guy who did this fans toys.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like if they just
Not
went
the
an
same
extra
engineer.
step, like he looks like he
That
could
should
have been
get
a
fired.
cannon of some sort.
Yeah.
Or like
Well, you know, you saw me unbox the Bumblebee one last week. They don't have a good track record when it comes to giving him a Cybertron mode. It's always just kind of nothing unless they do the lamppost.
I'm sorry, but if I was the CEO and this guy brought me this design, I'd just look at him and say, "You're fired. Honestly, you're fired. Get out of here."
You know what? They could have gave us a shockwave.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, a G1 accurate, he turns into like the pistol.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been, but you know, like I just said, they could have just gave us a shockwave.
Correct.
But Mike, going to your statement, it's I mean, you know, looking at the Hasbro Pulse, looking at the Hasbro Pulse episode, and it's like, you know, not trying to be mean in terms of in terms of speaking on people, where you can see who's really in tune with the characters, the design, the whole continuity of the whole Transformer concept, and who's just kind of there because it's their job to be there, and you know, and it's like they'd rather be on a beach somewhere else or anything. Because speaking in terms of the CEO, it's like you bring this to the CEO, and he'll be like, well, are people going to buy it, or is it going to sell? I don't know what this is. You know, if people are going to buy it, then you know, I'll greenlight it. If they're not, then go back and redesign it.
Does that look money to you?
No, it looks like garbage.
Thank you. And you know what? And that's coming from Bill. Bill buys everything. Bill, I'm sorry to say it. Like, you know how that commercial Mikey likes, like, you know, give it to Mikey because Mikey likes it. It should be give it to Bill because Bill likes it. Okay, when it comes to Transformers, and for you to say that's garbage, you know what? That means a lot. Honestly, that means a lot.
That means it's certified garbage.
There you go.
Certified garbage, but I bought it because at the time it was the only one I had to scale.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, wait a minute. Did you wait on the Friday when it cost 25 cents?
Yeah.
The only one that I've got from Give Me a 5 has been Ratchet.
Like, seriously, man. Like, I will say, instead of, like, you know, that store calling Give Me 5, I'll be telling the store, give me 5 to take that.
Oh, no.
Orlati, what is worse, this or the Alita one?
There.
Oh yeah, Huffer.
He was at Give Me 5. I got him on the $3 day.
Wow,
nice. $3 Huffer. God damn.
Wow. That is a good deal.
But you won't guess what I found.
My tragedy with Huffer is that my girlfriend knew that I was looking for him. So there's a stack of 4 Huffers in the box here.
Oh boy.
Because she bought him and then she went back and she was like, oh, I haven't bought him this one yet. And so she bought him again. And she did this 3 times. So I have
that's a sweetheart.
I have one out. I have one in the Kingdom line over there in the box, and then I've got 3 on my overflow shelf.
Overflow shelf.
Yeah, that's what this is. This is the overflow shelf. This is something that I have 3 or more of.
That's crazy, man.
No,
You worse than I am.
He is.
You are worse than I am.
But
Orlati, like
the reason I have an overflow shelf is because I have a girlfriend who tries to help. And of course, when she brings me something, I go, baby, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Thank you so much.
Smart.
She never knows.
Smart.
She never knows that I already have 2 of them on the shelf.
Smart.
Yeah, even so, I'd always appreciate the gesture too, just like you. So.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, she picked this thing up for me one time.
Oh, lovely. Look at that.
Oh, I have that. I have that from when I was a kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And
I'm looking at it right now. It's in the closet right there.
what was crazy was when I opened it up and I took the tray out, it was full of tech specs.
Oh my gosh!
wow.
Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
That's lovely.
Yeah, this is
That
this
a
is
score.
a menu organizer, and that's where I've got all the tech specs and all their books.
Oh, that's nice. I should get something
Nice.
like that for my loose instruction. Oh, that's a great idea. That's a
Yeah,
great
that's
idea.
cool.
I have,
So,
I have
Bill,
mine just in a
Enjoy the
binder.
Primus.
No,
Yeah,
Bill,
she came home,
here's
she was
something.
like, "Baby, I got you something that says Transformers on it." And I was like, "Great, baby, what'd you get me?" And she handed it to me, and I was like, "Oh my god, I haven't seen this since I was like 7."
Now, Bill, here's something for you, because I know within the real world, sometimes we don't have extra time to just chill and do extra stuff. But have you ever really sat down and read through tech specs to really see out like the development of characters and the funny little quirks that they add into each character?
I miss tech specs when I
It's
was
a
a
whole
kid.
show. We got to do a whole show. Like we did one tech spec show, but we got to do
No,
another
we
one.
did too.
Yeah, we've
Well,
done
We
a
got to do
couple.
more. We
Yeah,
got to do more.
When I was a kid, I was all about the tech specs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I cut them out. I laminated them.
Oh, nice.
I kept them in a shoebox, and it was something that when I went to college, my parents got rid of. Luckily, they didn't get rid of. They didn't get rid of my actual Transformers,
Okay.
because that's what the Timex box is. The Timex display. I'm upside down. Let me turn this phone around. The Timex display is all the G1s that survived my childhood.
Nice.
These were
Nice.
all ones that were played with. That's why some of the jets are missing
lovely.
a few things. I've never searched for anything for them because I like them just like this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only thing that I have everything for are my Dinobots. I have a full set of Dinobots, and all of their shit is in the back here in a bag.
That's
Cool.
funny. Look how appropriate display box that you have for them. Timex.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
perfect.
Beautiful.
this is my G1 Megatron. He's very, very loose.
Mm.
Everything.
Yeah.
So I
That
put him in that
that's
gun mode.
Megatron.
I have this beast over here, sealed in the box.
Ooh,
Big screen. Big
nice.
screen. Oh wow.
Nice.
Where you live again?
Where do I live again? Buckford, Indiana. Come on in. There's 16 video cameras from the road to my house.
All right. You see, Bill's gonna look at his video cameras. He's gonna see me waving. Hey!
Yeah. But you know what? Yeah, reading tech specs as a child was was a part of the experience of getting the toy. Reading it as an adult, you really see the philosophy put into each of the characters. So we will get into one of our tech spec shows again, streams again, real soon.
Yeah, those were always fun.
Yeah. So our next character on the screen is Blitzwing.
Yeah.
And I know automatically I can already see who's going to have certain comments about his transformations.
Yeah.
Listen,
Nice.
robot mode, fantastic.
Yep.
Okay. Tank mode, great.
Okay. Yep.
Jet
But,
mode. What the hell were you thinking? That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
Something that
I haven't seen
also
it.
Seriously.
Yeah, something that was pointed out during the designer streams is that tank turret can fully 360 swivel around. So if you don't like that jet cockpit out front there, you can just flip the tank around the other way.
But that was part
Do we have a picture of the jet mode?
Oh,
we do. Well, I'm gonna say, the tank mode is impressive. And I mean, even from G1 and in the cartoon, that really still fits in and was acceptable by all of us, just knowing that he's
Oh my
a
God.
triple changer. But
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
I don't know what this was
It-
about.
what
It's
the
like
hell was
a
that?
jet on a launching platform that it's
All right,
going
now
to be
wait a minute.
fired
Who's the
from.
G1 guy here? Who's the
Sorry?
G1 guy in our group?
We're all
I'm
well,
G1.
Everybody's a G1 except Anthony.
I started with Generation 2, so I count that as grandfathered in.
Okay, well, I
The
mean,
cartoon was the
G1
same.
The
Fair.
G1 Blitzwing wasn't much better than that.
True,
I
but
mean,
what's
he's
Yeah,
a
look
funny?
at
little
the bottom
bulky.
of
He's
that.
a
We're
little
looking.
bulky
We're
on
looking.
the
We're trying to
bottom.
move forward, not backward.
He's
Look
a
Yeah,
at
little
the
because
bulky on
bottom
the
of
bottom,
that.
but
no, but
yeah,
not the jet mode for G1 is better than what they introduced here.
Do you want me to bring my? Do you want me to bring? Like, I have Blitzwing. I have it.
hang
You
on.
want me to
Here he
bring it?
is. Here he is. He's right here. He's right here. I
Okay.
just had to wait for him to circle around.
Right. Look at the bottom of that. Okay.
Yeah, it's not as bad. That's not as bad. They literally made it worse.
There
Yeah,
you go.
like the 85 version is 100 times better than whatever they created here. Like
Yeah.
like
That's
that
a fair.
Blitzwing has always been impressive.
Yeah.
And then the
Beefy.
funny part is that the cannon that's below Blitzwing there on the G1, you can literally take that off.
Yeah.
Yes.
This, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
It
but
looks
you
like a
take
double
it-
decker.
If
That's
you
a
take it
fail.
off, he doesn't have any landing gear.
Yeah, it's bad.
Wow.
Their
That's a
jet
double
mode's
decker,
terrible.
man. Oh my goodness.
Best comment I heard. Somebody said it looks like a jet in a tank sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking double decker, but I'll go with that one too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not into this one either.
No, they,
Nah,
yeah,
and
that
and
failed.
also it's like it's leader class, right? It's $50.
That's horrible.
And this and the height of the robot is not a leader class height. It's like whatever Voyager.
That is
Yeah,
horrible.
like at
Well,
least like Laser Prime comes
the
with his
leader
trailers.
class Astro Train. Where's he at? He's not on the
Leader
seat.
class Astro Train. He had a little. He came with a caboose.
I like that we can just keep bringing up specific figures.
he was
and Bill's always like, "Yo, hold up, let me just manifest it."
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for, guys. That's what I'm here for.
Yep.
All right, so leader class Astro Train was, but I guess he became like the gun nut. He has so many freaking weapons.
More like Blastro Train.
Yeah. Well, do you think? I mean, it's one of these things where they're justifying the plastic, a higher price point, but you get this small figure.
Yeah.
The funny part is, speaking of the plastic, they did one of the YouTube reviews. They actually have like a scale, and they were putting like the Transformers figures on the scale, and they were weighing the amount of plastic. Ironically enough, if you look at the Thrilling 30 Blitzwing, it's actually much heavier than this particular Blitzwing.
Yeah. Oh, this guy. Yeah.
Okay, we're moving on. I guess that was it for Blitzwing. He sucked, and now we're going on with this guy.
There go the Bayverse. There it is.
You all have to forgive me. I do not recognize Bayverse as Transformers.
Agreed.
I will tell you, like a breaking story that's just come out. One of the KO companies that takes these guys and like re-releases them with improvements somehow got the CAD files for this guy, so the bootleg is going to come out before the real one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good.
This is actually I saw the video to this one here as a review, and they're saying it's quite big and it's quite heavy. The only shitty part is that they don't have the scoper knot or whatever that comes out of them.
Oh, it does. We've seen it in pictures and things. It's
Okay,
right there on the left.
It's in that picture.
No,
Yeah.
I get that, but in the review, the guy said it didn't have, like, it wasn't there. So I don't know.
They probably
know.
sent it to him. That's why, usually like sometimes they just send them the figure and might be missing the pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it, and this is 15th anniversary or whatever. Is it 15th anniversary? I just saw the 15 there, but I'm like, if you got to do a movie masterpiece, this is the guy that was on screen right at the start of the movie and left a big impression at the start. So it makes sense for them to save this guy for that number.
Do you know why he made an impression?
Well, originally it was supposed to be Soundwave.
Yeah,
But he
before
was
they
the
changed.
only one that made the sound.
Yeah, right at the start of the
Mhm.
movie.
Right at
I'm
the
like,
start of the movie.
yeah. They should make this figure have a sound chip that does that just for the same appeal.
It's crazy. It's already been 15 years for that movie.
Has it been 15, 17, 18, 19,
No,
20, 21, 22?
2010.
I'll be damned. Yeah, this is 15 years. 07 is when it came out.
Time
That's
flies.
crazy.
Yeah. God, that makes me feel old.
Wait, if you feel old,
Yo, what do you think? How we feel?
I'm allowed to feel old too.
Especially that guy.
I saw that in the here's the thing. I saw that movie between the summers of my first and second years of university, and that brought me back into Transformers after having been out of it for like the whole Unicron trilogy era. So like in hindsight, all the criticisms of it are valid, but I'll always have a soft spot just for the 07 movie, just as the thing that made me pay attention to Transformers again and bring me back to it.
well, and it's funny with you being younger. In terms of timeline, it kind of works out the same way, where you came in G2, but the Bayverse kind of brought you back in. For us being in G1, by the time G2 and a few other things came out later, which is like 10, 15 years, it kind of works out the same way. It's like, these later lines kind of brings the original fans back in again.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that we got movies.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we got new cartoons and we got new toys.
Mm-hmm.
I dislike the insect looking shit and like where they're puking shit when they're talking.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it just went right through me. I saw this one, the second one, halfway through the third one, I walked out of the theater.
Yeah.
Really, the third one?
I have not gone back to Bayverse since. I have a 6-foot cosplay of Optimus Prime that I took to a studio or took to a con, and I got first prize for what they call cosplay on a budget. You can't spend more than $15 on it. And that's what I'd gone in on. The not counting paint, you can't spend more than $15 on it. All the pieces I got off of it, I got out of the trash. I made it all out of cardboard. You don't count paint because 2 cans of paint puts you over $15. 2 cans of spray paint puts you over $15. So they don't count paint. So just your materials cannot cost over $15. So I got to weighing everything out, and I was like, I spent $4 on a couple of pieces of foam for my windows. So we went ahead and we 3D printed my Autobot logos for my shoulders.
Nice.
And we 3D printed them in glow in the dark iridescent PLA. So when the lights were hitting it was pulsing. It was great. But I got first place for that cosplay. And while I was up there, they were like, "What do you think of the new Optimus Prime?" And I said, and then another person said, "Transform." And I said, "I refuse to transform until Michael Bay has been put in jail." On the stage, I said this.
Okay. Go ahead, Bill.
But I don't know if you all follow TikTok or not. There's a TikToker that made a 7-foot Soundwave.
Ooh.
Out of foam, and it's beautiful. I will put the link on our page so that you all can check him out. It's awesome because his chest ejects and his laser beak comes out. Now he has to transform him by hand, but the cassette comes out and does transform just like the G1 original, and it's a beautiful set. He's on a set of stilts, a set of 18-inch stilts, so he's 7 foot tall. And it's wicked. Now, from his thing, I am now currently working on a 7-foot Megatron. Nice. And when I get that done, there will be some pictures, let me tell you what, and some videos. But I'm making it all out of aviation foam, just like he did. I'm taking his advice on how he made that Soundwave. And this Megatron is going to rock, and it's going to be G1 accurate.
I like that you're just like in darkness with a cigarette lighting again as you talk to us.
I don't smoke inside.
I would say it's like cinematic. You're like, let me tell you about the time I was Optimus Prime.
No, but the comments of Michael made me laugh, man.
Yeah.
Hold on, but you walked out.
One of my favorite things when I was wearing that outfit, though, do you all know who Kefka is from Final Fantasy?
Yeah, the clown,
Yes.
the fantasy Joker.
There's a guy that has a perfect cosplay in our area, and he brings it to OMG Con, which is like 15 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
And so I always wear the Optimus Prime, and he always wears that. And I was walking through the vendor's booth, and then the Optimus Prime cosplay that I have is very narrow visioned because of the helmet and everything. So I can only, it's like looking down a barrel, I can only see straight ahead. And so I usually have people flanking me on each side. Of course, in the vendor's area, it's very crowded. And I was walking through there, and he backed up and ran into me. And he goes, "Oh, excuse," because this guy never breaks character at all. When he's in costume, he is in character. And so very flamboyant. He's like, "Oh, excuse me, my good truck."
But did you turn around to him and say, my name is Optimus Prime, and I'm like in every Bay Transformer movie, my name is Optimus Prime. Hold on, but I gotta go back to what you said about number 3. You actually walked out on number 3 halfway.
Yes. It was awful.
How would you rank? I know we're a little off topic, but how would you rank the movies then? Or did you see all the movies, or you just stopped after 3?
I have not seen anything past halfway through 3. And except for the Bumblebee movie. Because the mom was like, "You have got to see it because they got G1 shit going on at the beginning."
Yep.
Correct.
And Bumblebee is a fucking Volkswagen. And I was like, all right, I'll go see it. And I went and saw it, and I was like, all right, cool. But then they ripped his fucking vocal cords out again.
Yeah.
And then they tie it into the Bayverse at the end of it. I was like, damn, dude, come on.
Yeah.
It was apparently it's no longer going to be a Bayverse thing because Rise of the Beast is going to continue it like it was supposed to be, but then they declared it to be a reboot because people liked it so much. So
now I'll give the Beast Wars a chance.
Yeah.
I didn't care too much for the cartoon except for a few things. I really loved Black Arachnia because y'all were talking about spider accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know which one this one is. It's not Transmetal. But
I can tell you.
Oh, hang on.
I'm the Beast Wars guy.
Show me the picture. Show me the picture. Switch it around.
Let me get her legs right because she's trying to flatten out.
Nope, she's trying to bite.
I gotta stop, man. I got a bad mind.
So,
oh yeah, that's the Beast Machines one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beast Machine. I love this Black Arachnia.
Yeah.
That's
a good one.
Broke, dude. I mean, because like I said, I'm a spider fiend. I love spiders. I plant azaleas around my house because they attract riding spiders.
Mm-hmm.
And I love riding spiders. But yeah, she is, dude. There we go.
She is dude. Okay.
She is a bad bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's an accurate spider.
Yeah.
She does look nice there. That is really nice. I have to admit.
Yeah.
Mind you, I like her in Transformer Prime too.
As Arachnid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did they make a toy of her?
Yeah. Right here. There's the Kingdom one they did.
Oh no, I have the Kingdom one. I was talking about, did they make a Prime Arachnid?
Yep, they did.
Yeah, they did.
But she has 2 modes though. She turns to a helicopter and then she turns into the spider too.
Yep.
So she's like a triple changer.
Oh, that's badass. That's badass.
Are you talking about the Prime or are you talking about?
Yes, the Prime.
Yep. I got to pour me another drink. I got a brand new bottle. Look at that. It was a brand new bottle. I've already tapped her down pretty hard right now.
Talk about what's called product placement.
Yeah. Product placement. No kidding.
We should get
no,
sponsors knocking on our door right now. Man.
Sponsorship.
That's when I put it over here so that it shows off the. We got to show off those guys.
All right. So what's next on the legacy? Are we going to go to Mr. Blue Metroplex, which I have a big issue with?
Cybertron Metroplex.
Oh, right. Forgot
Oh
the
my God,
Cybertron
man.
Metroplex. Actually,
I
let's see if I
have
it.
such an issue with this one.
Yeah, there's almost no one was liking the fact that they went with that Metroplex.
I'm gonna buy him.
I know you are, but I'm just saying I'm.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean,
What I was gonna say is like the chatter in Discord groups that are into this that I was saying was they say he's like all he really has going for him is size, because the original that you have there is like not very hard to find and it's still a very good figure. So the only thing that the new one has going for him is like he's really big and that's about it.
Is what 24 inches?
Yeah.
from what I've been able to see, it's the exact same figure. He's just going to be great big.
Yeah.
And he's taller than the original Titan Metroplex.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, that's not hard to compare to.
See, here's my problem, because the whole thing about Legacy, they want to bring in new characters, right? And I'm like, okay, that's cool.
And there he is, the studio cell. And if y'all want me to get any of the other Titans, I can grab them and show you what he is.
So
my screen share's got a picture of him if you need it.
Yeah, so my whole point there I was getting at is that instead of calling him, Metroplex, why don't they call him, like, there's the blue Metroplex version of him, but it's a different, completely different Titan, which is called Metro Titan. Why don't they call him Metro Titan?
Well,
then I wouldn't have too much of a problem.
It's Cybertron Universe Metroplex.
Yeah,
That's
but
his
they should
official
give him
name.
another. I get that, but they should have given him a different name.
Yeah.
They shouldn't bring in like Metroplex again.
But yeah, like the general chatter is like he's really big, but that's all he's got going for him. Like he doesn't have his mini con, he doesn't have his various features the original did. He's extremely accurate, so they didn't really do anything new with his design. He's just very large. That's the only selling point.
Wow.
Right, he's going to be Titan size.
Yeah. And technically, I mean, I guess if you're a fan of the Cybertron cartoon, apparently, there's some appeal to this because he was portrayed as gigantic on the cartoon, and technically this one scales with like the old Cybertron figures finally in terms of how he was presented in the animation. So that's the other like appeal, I guess. I didn't watch the show, but apparently people who are fans of the show were like, "Oh, now we have one that's finally to scale with the rest of the line." So there's that too.
Yeah, it can be either
the thing that he turns into, the Earth Mover.
Yeah.
Right, that piece of equipment
is huge.
Yeah, you all got to realize that's 7 stories tall. That's 80 feet.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Dedicated
insane.
picture of him here.
Yeah, I work construction for a living.
Yeah.
I work for an international construction company, and I've been up against these things. Like that claw in the front of it, that's an actual thing. That's to move shit around, and then that thing on the back is actually, it looks like a saw, but it's not really a saw. It's a scoop. Think of just a bunch of front end loaders, a bunch of scrappers.
Oh, okay.
And that just digs into a pile and feeds through him, and he shucks it into something. The thing, be it a shredder, a cruncher, at the power plants. A lot of power plants have these to move the coal into the plant, into the grinders.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
And that buzzsaw on the back of him is, I don't know, 70 feet tall.
Oh.
How many stories did you say that whole machine is?
Oh, it's 80, 90 feet.
Because I'm thinking of the machines they use to bore the subway tunnels. And when you see one of them, like they're they almost seem like 8-9 stories tall.
Very similar. If you can think back to the movie Avatar,
Mm-hmm.
okay, they were using these to scalp that planet.
Mm.
That's how big they are.
Yeah.
If you look up what a ute is what long haul is in the Constructicons. Okay, he's a ute. That's a industrial size dump truck.
Okay.
Okay, a ute, 3 of those could fit in each one of those scoops.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
There's a lot of the miners use this to start
Exactly.
clearing, like clearing the whole entire land to make it nice and flat and even, and then start what's called digging. So all those ute that you were talking about, they go down that big road all the way down to the very bottom. That's what this thing is for, to create that big tunnel.
Yeah. So if you think about those great big dump trucks, each one of those scoops on that buzzsaw fills 3 of those.
That's crazy. Like, I saw an actual picture, like a real picture to a comparison to this. I was like, fuck, that's big. But again, I would have called it Metro Titan instead of Metroplex.
Yeah, because I'm used to like the original Metroplex, whereas like when I look at the overall design of this, I'm thinking more of I mean, in later years it's more of like of a base style, but I'm thinking in the early years when they first met up with the Nebulons and they had the hive and the machine, that's more of the concept that I see of this machine as opposed to like Metroplex the city.
A lot of shit happening in Egypt in the early 10s.
The only problem that I had with this design, even back then, you know, when the one that I have up there, like I said, I don't know what it comes from. I bought it for my son way back in the day. But this, you know, you think about the Autobots. This is a Earth destroying machine.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing that says, "Oh, we're here to save you." This right here, Greenpeace people picket these things
Right.
everywhere that they're stationed, because all they do is destroy the land, because they will dig up anything. And I kind of explained that to my son, and he was like, "Well, that's why I want him, Dad." Because he's a beast. All right, get him, boy. You know?
Well, he looks great. Like, if you look at this image, you know, that looks great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like the weapon and everything and all that. But again, it's just, I don't know, man. I can't
he would have made a better Decepticon than Autobot, going like for exactly what Bill's saying. It's
exactly.
Like, you know,
he would have been a better mold for like a retool of Triptychon.
Yes. Yeah.
This is a big gamble too, because it's sort of like every other Titan has been a G1 thing. So now they're saying, do people care enough about Transformers Cybertron to go in on like a $200 Titan version of one of its characters? So it's going to be real interesting to see how this one like performs in the markets.
It's not. I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
I am not going to pre-order him, nor am I going to buy him when he first hits out, because of I'm a member of 16 different Transformers groups online.
Yeah.
And every one of them, I'm going to say at least 75% have said, "I'm not buying this." So I'm going to take the chance that I'm going to find him on clearance.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard that even the good Titans, like the ones everybody loved, all eventually were found on clearance if you looked. So that's not surprising. Also, I agree with Professor. Yeah. Professor D2 says he looks like the best articulated Titan figure yet over on YouTube.
I never noticed until you tell it.
No, it looks nice. I like I said earlier, it looks really nice, right? But
I'm not doing it.
again, I would have called. I'm just repeating myself 1,000 times, and I know D's going nuts. But Metro Titan, that's what I would have called him.
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
store.
Mr. Black Goldfish on YouTube. That's a new name. Hello. He says, I wish Hasbro
Yeah.
reissued a version of the Netflix Soundwave figure. Me too. And from that designer roundtable, it sounds like the Hasbro people want to as well. They just can't because of Walmart exclusivity. It has the rights to Netflix Soundwave for a set period of time. Maybe Walmart will reissue it again, or maybe the rights will go back to Hasbro and they'll do it. But right now, that's not an option. Yeah, that set right there that Bill's got. I have that too. It is a wonderful set. I wish it was more
Yep.
commonly available. I wish it was not hard to find. You know?
Walmart exclusive.
Yeah.
I just paid for a design from a graphic artist with him. Now the design was going to cost us like $170. We got new shirts made for our carpenters group,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wearing one right now. I hope you can see it because I got my back to you.
Oh, nice. I see it.
Sons of Carpentry.
Yeah.
I appreciate a pun like that.
And we took the graphic artist took the gun and the scythe off of the Sons of Anarchy symbol and put the drywall square, and then took the Anarchy symbol out of the ball and put the Carpenter's logo in there. And this is the test shirt. This test shirt actually failed, but I wore it all day today because it still looks great. It's a little low. If you're like me, I'm sorry, I was raised, you tuck your shirt into your pants and you wear a belt. That's the way that I was raised. That's the way that I am dressed every day. Then you tuck your shirt into your pants and you wear a belt. And when you do that with this shirt, you lose the Evansville 224 on the bottom. So they're going to take this design and they're going to raise it 4 inches so that the Sons of Carpentry is actually up at the top. Now, this piece, to have this actually made into a digital thing so we could get it turned into shirts, everything was going to cost like $175. Just so happens this graphic artist that I was working with is a Transformers fan.
Wow.
Ooh.
And we got to talking about Transformers. I was like, dude, I've got a collection that you would not believe. And so he came over and he's just looking at the shit because he just lives across the river. And he's looking at the stuff and he's like, oh my God, that sound wave. I need one of those sound waves. I said, how about you need one of them sound waves?
Ooh.
He said, what do you mean? And I said, I've got 2 of them sitting over here on the shelf. There was one over here on this overflow shelf.
Oh,
And I was like,
God.
I've got one right here in the box sealed. I said, you do this digital changeover for me and make this shirt make the print so we can get it sent to a print shop and get these shirts made. We'll call it even.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
that's
so he
how
was
you
like,
get things
oh,
done.
I'm all over it. And so he took it and he made our design. And so, yeah, a $35 Transformer that I bought, a year ago saved me $180.
Yeah, to be fair, $180 is what some people are charging for that on the aftermarket. So
I know.
yeah.
I had no idea he was going for that. I like to shit when I saw that.
Yeah. So it's like might have been a fair trade, like a fair market trade.
Perfect. It's
right,
perfect.
but the thing of it is, because I buy in bulk, I buy my guys 2 and 3 at a time because I might want to display them in both modes. I've got the overflow shelf for if I want to do them in both modes. But that one there, I had the Netflix one and then I had the Siege one. Now, when they're in the robot mode, you can't really tell much difference. He looks the same pretty much, other than the backpack from Siege and from Netflix. But the Netflix is what everybody's crying for. And he was like, oh, I want one that turns into the cassette player.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I got one. I got this right here for you, bro. It's right here on my shelf. You do this digital transfer for me for this design, and it's yours. And he's like, I'll have it done in 10 minutes while I'm sitting here at your house. And I'll walk out the door with that. And I said, yeah, done.
That's great.
And I had an email. pulled out his laptop. I turned on my Wi-Fi, and he 5 minutes. He's done with it, and he's walking out the door with a transformer that would cost him $200 on eBay, and it cost me $30 when I bought it.
Damn.
I wish more payments happened in like, here's a box transformer, do this thing right here.
Yes.
Oh no! Remember, I had 4.
Yeah.
This right here, this Unicron. Okay, if you take all the kibble off of his legs and off his back, you can make the planet without the rings
Ooh.
and Unicron. Now, there's a thing on what's it called? Thingiverse. Okay, so Thingiverse is for 3D printing shit. Somebody has already mapped it out, the exact wings for the HasLab Unicron. My buddy, it's going to take like $150 worth of resin to do it, is going to print me a set of wings so that I can display both forms, planet and robot, with wings and with ring, at the same time, with having only bought one.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that same thing for my Unicron.
Yeah. And then I'm going to have the planet hanging up here somewhere with a spotlight on it. And then I'm going to have the big Unicron right there with the wings. Now, the only difference is that the wings that are printed, see if I can get up here. You see how there's spacing in between the points? The 3D printed version from here down to here is solid.
Nice.
And that's the only difference. So I'm going to have both. I'm going to have the planet and this. And today at the Gimme 5 store, I found some of those little bitty fucking LEDs that are on copper wires so that I can light them up.
Nice.
The project continues.
Oh, this room will never stop, boys. I mean, seriously.
Well, we have
That was a lecture and a half, man, and I literally took down notes and I learned something today. So thank you.
I'm sorry.
I'm being serious because like I'm just like everything you're saying. I'm just like coming up with like some other ideas and stuff like that. What I could do, whatever, right? So thank you.
So 15 minutes left in our stream. And I say we should dedicate this last 15 minutes as a Murder Prime segment. And I know Calvin I've seen some rants of his on Instagram. So tell us, you start off our Murder Prime segment.
Oh boy.
Give him full screen.
Go, Calvin.
Give him full screen.
Yeah, full screen.
Calvin, boom my in. Calvin, boom my in.
Let me see where to start. They seem they can't get it together. Both sides of the fence, they keep on giving us rehash of a rehash. Can't get it together. Still selling at the same figures. Expensive prices. Price gouging. But that's okay. Some people fall for it. I won't.
You tell them, bro.
And free the Transformers at Target.
Now, Calvin, are you USA or are you Canada?
No, I'm up here in Minneapolis.
Actually, that's funny. On my screen,
do you
the
use
three of us
BBTS? Do you use Big Bad Toy Store?
Yes, I do.
Hell yeah. Pre-order all that shit, and if you find it in store, cancel it.
Oh, guess what? You see this figure right here?
Yeah, the Core Sky Warp, yeah.
You know what's wrong with it?
It ain't this one?
You know what's wrong with it?
No, I don't. I haven't seen
the
it
null
yet.
rays.
Oh yeah, it's missing the null rays because they gave him like a tuning fork.
What?
Yeah.
Tuning fork.
Yeah.
He's hungry?
So
basically,
Don't
Like
be
he's
fucking with my boy
picture of it on
Skyward. That'll piss me off quick.
So basically, now it's a variant.
Yeah.
So I finally got one for Walmart because our Target said it was discontinued, and I just found 2 yesterday at actually this morning at a Target.
Oh, it's actually a mistake. It's actually a packaging mistake.
It's a variant.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
And then I got this guy.
Another variant.
Is that the
All right. Now
Iguanus?
I know what's wrong with that guy. It's not G1.
Oh, he's a
Iguanus
part
was
of
a
Beast
G1
Wars Neo.
pretender.
See, I don't know who that is.
That's
a
Iguanus.
pretender.
He's from Beast Wars
I know
Neo.
it's Iguanus, but I have no reference to him. Is he from the comic?
Yes, he's from Beast Wars Neo, but it's an anime comics in Japan. But he's also in the original Beast Wars, but we never got a chance to see him. There's a lot of characters that you never got a chance to see. And they went over to Beast Wars Neo.
You know what? I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind they're introducing new characters, right? That's good. But like how you said earlier, reissue, like another fucking Bumblebee. Like how many Bumblebees you got to do, man? Like there's enough Bumblebees, enough variants. Like how Kevin likes to say, like how many Bumblebees do we need?
There's a whole line
Don't use
about
Bumblebee.
him now.
Don't use Bumblebee. Use Wheeljack.
Oh,
Okay,
Wheeljack has been in every series. Every series has printed a form of Wheeljack.
yep.
He's been in
This is
Siege.
true.
He's been in Siege. He's been in Earthrise. He's been in Kingdom. And now he's coming in
Bumblebee one.
Legacy.
But hold on, Bill. Here's the difference, though. Here's the difference with Wheeljack and Bumblebee. Wheeljack is not fucking annoying, and you don't want him to get his ass kicked and get the fuck out of the show.
Exactly.
Well,
Okay, I'll
except
give you
for
that.
Wheeljack and Prime, because Wheeljack and Prime is a wrecker.
Yeah, he's got his 2
Yep.
swords.
So he's basically like a samurai type of character, and him and Magnus are basically the same mindset of like, we've come to fight, don't mess with us, as opposed to Wheeljack from
you're missing my
G1.
point. My point is that Wheeljack is always a good character that you want to see anyway, whereas Bumblebee is like the worst Autobot character there is, and he's always starving.
Yeah,
He's like
they
a
just keep
least
throwing
But
interesting
Bumblebee.
thanks to Bayverse, they turned him into a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just give
Bumblebee
him the
to
freaking
me
Well,
will
Bill, I
always
don't
be
know.
a spy.
Bill, look, Bill, I don't know if you know, but like Bayverse, I don't even take that shit seriously. I don't know if you've seen those robots, they're like vomiting and shit. It's disgusting. It's gross.
Yes. That's why I quit watching. I ain't gonna lie, boys.
I don't know, man.
I've had 6
Listen,
Angels Envies, and I am fucked up.
Well, all the rest of us
well, Bill, I got 2 beers. Bill.
entirely sober and a perfect state of mind.
Okay, so my little rant going on what Calvin said, Blitzwing. What the hell is that, man?
All right, full screen. Let's get this Murder Prime.
Like
Murder
Blitzwing.
Prime. What are we murdering Prime?
We're murdering Blitzwing. Bumblebee. We already talked about what's called Bumblebee. Well, Blitzwing. Like they had so many chances. They had other figures that they could have put in front of them and say what works, what doesn't work, and go from there and say, okay, here's a really nice Blitzwing. It's a triple changer. It's kind of G1-ish. It's not, whatever. I don't know. Who cares? But the thing that they did, like what Dee said earlier, it's a tank sandwich. It's a double-decker. It's whatever you want to call it. And people want to go spend money. Look at my hair. Look, I'm so frustrated. Look at my hair. Okay? like seriously, man. Like when I saw that, I was like, really? Like, couldn't they not? I don't know, man. Like that guy should have been fired. That's all I'm gonna say. That and Soundwave. Whoever engineered those two.
You're not going to talk about. Wait, hold on, Orlati. This was my question for you about Legacy. Is which alt mode is worse, that Soundwave or that Alita 1?
Ooh.
That's a tie. That's a tie.
I'm gonna say
Now-
Soundwave is worse because
now-
we can at least Alita 1 is like something. It's a weird car, but it's you could look at it and go, "That's a car." Soundwave is just kind of a lump.
Yeah,
Leave
but
Leave the
Alita 1
taxi
looks
alone.
like a Barbie car, like a strawberry shortcake car.
And we can
By
say
that
it's
spirit
something.
daughter.
Yeah,
Soundwave 1 is nothing.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It looks
It's a
great
taxi.
as a robot, and that's why I have her in robot form in my shelf.
No, it's a
Never put her
taxi.
in Yoko mode. Never.
She is a taxi. She's here to serve us. Nobody understands this. She's a taxi.
She's a two-seater.
That's the whole point of pleasure, my
She ain't got
friend.
no
You guys
back
didn't
seat. She
realize-
can't be no taxi.
It's
You guys
called
didn't
pleasure, my friend.
You're arguing about that RC alt mode. You don't even realize what the Soundwave alt mode was. You all were talking about like, oh, it's like the lamppost in G1. No, he turns into a battery.
A battery.
Oh no, she turns into a battery.
Yeah, they need power. They need
Garbage,
power all the time.
man.
He turns into a battery.
Taxi, taxi, taxi. Uber
Well,
driver,
I wouldn't
Uber
mind seeing
driver.
like I
It
wouldn't
does
mind
look
seeing
like
a
a
taxi
taxi.
repaint of that, honestly.
I know when I first saw it, that was the thought in my head is that it's a taxi, wrong colors.
That looks like
No, my first thought was it
a
was the Homer
station
car.
wagon. No, I thought it was a station wagon, like from the
No,
80s.
no. You know what it is? It's a taxi that comes to Strawberry Shortcake's house to pick her up.
Wait,
Yes.
stop. Hold on. You know that front part? You know what that reminds me of a little bit? You know that telephone that had the face? Back in the 80s, there was that telephone
Wow.
that had the face on it that used to drag on a string. And it had like doesn't that look like it? That looks like the two eyes, like the headlights
Yep.
are the eyes, the nose, and then the grill, like the teeth.
It's just bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but hold on. I have to go with Anthony's logic. At least we know what this is. But with Soundwave, it's just a lump of garbage.
I just like
Yes.
to point out I have the Homer car on the other screen on my
It
screen.
ain't the
so you
Homer
can
car, it's the
compare.
Camaro.
Oh shit.
They can't Renault.
It's got the spoiler in the back. It's got the
It's the
dome.
same
It's got
picture.
yeah.
Have it in
It's
the
just
back,
green now.
rooftop.
Look,
Everybody, I'm not the only one that's made that connection. That's what it is.
look. The Simpsons
I'd
did
buy that
another
repaint too, honestly.
Wait. Look, the Simpsons again did another
Yeah.
prediction.
Yeah. They predicted Alita 1.
Dude, that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah. Okay, let's go Alita 1 and the Homer vehicle.
Yeah. the guy Herb on the right is like says it all. His expression.
That's
So
horrible.
so
man.
that means that if you purchase that toy, you get a free Uber driver.
Yeah.
Or a lift, one or the other.
Free
Hey guys,
proof of purchase.
so Primetime says, I just got Siege Coneheads and Target 3-pack last week.
I think
My
you got them
question is-
mixed up.
Yeah, because Siege didn't have Coneheads, right? Is he talking about Earthrise?
Yeah, I think he means the Earthrise Coneheads and the Siege Target 3-pack.
I'm sorry, guys, but
Yeah, I
You
don't
talking about
know.
Dirge and Ramjet?
The only Earthrise
Yeah.
Conehead is Thrust. I'm looking
Oh,
at
Yeah,
him right now.
plus, but you also got a
Shots.
2-pack.
Dirge
shots.
and Ramjet, which are Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we said thrust, so we gotta. I
Okay,
gotta
yeah.
finish my little beer
Ramjet and
shot.
Dirge are also, they're up there.
So Mr. Black Goldfish on YouTube also says, I also wish the repaint Earthrise version of Nemesis Prime with or without the trailer.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. They love to put every Prime in that colors, but they only ever did the Siege one.
Well, they do have one out. That's the Transformer Universe one, Nemesis Prime, without the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, and in this, because it was the original Nemesis Prime color scheme, the rumor is that Laser Prime's going to get a repaint as Scourge,
As
and
Scourge.
like, yeah, as part of that little Velocitron line there.
Wait,
and
Scourge is a truck?
Yeah. Or Black Convoy, as he was known in Japan. Nemesis Prime's color scheme originates from that guy. They just decided to start calling him Nemesis Prime after that because, like, Scourge was taken by the more famous guy most of the time.
Mr. Black Goldfish on YouTube also says it looks like the car that Homer made that ruined his brother's business.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
So are you
Is
saying
that
that
the same
Alita
car
One?
that we just showed?
Yeah. So are you saying Alita One vehicle mode or that figure is gonna ruin Hasbro?
For anybody that doesn't know the plot of this episode, Homer's brother runs a car business, like a car manufacturer, and is like, Homer, you're the average American. Design us a car that we can sell to the average American. And Homer creates that, and it's such an expensive car to make that it bankrupts the company, and nobody buys it because it looks like that.
So Primetime just said, "Yeah, my bad." So he's talking about the Seekers that we were talking about. So it's the Earthrise Seekers, and then the 3-pack is the Siege Tetrajets, right?
Yeah. Acid Storm, Nova Storm, Ion Storm, the Rainmakers.
Oh, the 3-pack.
The Storm.
So
Yeah,
I have all of those except I don't have that Earthrise Thrust.
So going by that Homer episode, by that
Dave,
Simpsons episode, does this
when
mean
you
that
come
Hasbro's
up, we're going to
going to
hook
be
you the
going out of
fuck up,
business?
brother.
Well, hopefully not, but they're just selling this at the price of a standard deluxe, not like... And presumably didn't take a lot of money to make.
I'm just like shaking my head the whole entire time just looking at this, man.
All right, are there any other legacy figures we got to get to? Because we're running out of time.
I think that covered the whole thing. They also unveiled Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus, aka Delta Magnus, which is a nice looking one.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. And the interesting thing there was that he comes with both heads, so he can be either character, and you're supposed to unscrew it and put it in, which you never see mainline figures do. I'll find an image.
Cool. I like they did that.
But they are missing one. They're missing one more.
Which one?
I think it was a shattered glass blaster.
Yeah, that guy got leaked as something that's coming out. Yeah, okay, good. The Transformers Wiki already has a nice picture up. Let me just pop it up.
Yeah, you know what? His head is strange. When I first saw this, I was like,
that's because that's what the original BotCon
head.
one looked like. It's
But
like
you
a
can
skull
change it.
face.
You can change it, those, Mike.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Boy.
I'd rather have the red, like the original, Ultra Magnus.
And
head, right?
both of them are in the box. There's this one and there's this one, and you can just pop it off and change it, because this is supposed to be Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus, and this is supposed to be Delta Magnus, which is the regular guy in his Diaclone colors.
Damn.
Yeah.
Primetime, I do need that extra thrust. Thank you so much, Primetime on YouTube saying he's got an extra thrust. Why don't you and I connect on childrenofprimus.com?
Yeah.
Where we can do some Transformer swaps.
That's right. Oh, just want to mention to everybody that's been commenting, thank you so much for commenting. And if you really like our show, please like and subscribe. That helps with the YouTube algorithm thingamabob, and so basically help us to be recommended more often when you go onto YouTube, and you guys will get notifications and all that kind of stuff that we're on. We can find us on Facebook, you can find us on YouTube, Twitch, and also Twitter. So that's not bad for an old guy.
The best Transformers live group on the net.
That's what he said.
Yeah, and we may not be the biggest channel, okay, but collectively, the 6 of us weigh a lot.
I promise you.
Yeah, and we're only getting bigger.
Yeah.
At least we're honest. Okay,
brutally.
We're very honest, because if I was Hasbro, I'd be watching us. I'll tell you that right now.
That's right. That's right.
And that's what I'm saying.
And look, nothing against Rodimus Primal, but if Hasbro doesn't call us the next time they have a reveal,
Yeah.
somebody gonna get hurt real bad. I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah, Vangelis is on there. Why can't we get on there?
I'm not gonna say who, but somebody.
Hasbro.
Okay. Hasbro. I didn't say that. I didn't say it.
No, I just said Hasbro invite us. That's all I said.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all.
Hasbro.
1,600 bots. That's all I'm saying. 1,600 bots. And growing every day.
And counting.
You have the population of a small town.
Well, I know.
I have more
That's literally a small
Transformers than
town
the
population.
town that I live in has people.
Think about it. Between Bill,
Wait, Bill. How many people live in your town?
1,200.
So there's more Transformers in the town.
That's why I said I have more bots than the town I live in has people.
No, I realize you said it, but I don't think you realized how you can market that. Like you literally, it's your town now. Like you have the majority population.
D, you and I were thinking the same thing. Bill, register all those bots for them to vote. Okay.
Yes.
And then you can become the mayor.
No, dude.
Can
become the mayor.
Seriously, think about that.
They'd be like, who the fuck
you got the voters?
Why did he win the mayor's seat?
You can change the name of the town.
Think about it.
It's a new Cybertron.
Yeah, you have the votes. You have the majority. No, it's mostly Transformers that live there, right? So it's only fair that the town is now new Cybertron.
Exactly.
And there's already
Cybertron would be proud.
And there's already like the two political factions of Autobots and Decepticons within the town.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if people are left or right. They can pick either side.
They could be a double spy.
Yeah.
This
is cool.
Oh my God, Bill, you got to
That
do it,
is crazy.
If you do it, please let us know. Okay.
Yeah.
And then think about it with all the street. And think about if the town starts developing. I mean, many cities have done that. Like, there's parts of Ontario where it's like they've themed the name of the streets where there's like Manhattan Avenue, like Fifth Avenue Street or something. Think about in Billstown, you'd have like Magnus Street intersects with like Starscream Avenue, Scorponok Mall, like.
Oh, guys, listen. You know what? Listen. I can tell Bill, you can tell Bill liked the idea, but I'm not sure if he's like ready to go all the way. So here's my suggestion.
Well, what I was saying is that we had to donate right away when me and my sisters built our houses back on the back 40 of our family's farm. We were tobacco farmers. My family was. And so when the government bought all the tobacco tracts,
what he means is opium. He just can't say that on camera. So,
no, it's tobacco.
Yeah, tobacco.
And so when we divided our 3 plots back here, so that me and my sisters could each build a house on 5 acres of land, we had to give the county a right of way.
Damn.
So therefore, they were like, "Oh, well, we're going to name that road this," and Dad was like, "Oh no! If I'm donating the land, I get to name the road."
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
So he named the road Glenwoods Lane. That was just where I live at. I live on Glenwoods Lane because my last name is Glenn, and it's in the woods. So when my dad passes away and I become the primary land,
primary.
There will be something online on this site where we rename this road.
Nice.
2 thumbs up.
Nice.
And a fist bump.
But yeah, no kidding. I know D's you're in like Michigan, aren't you?
No, I'm in Chicago. Yeah, it was Chicago.
Chicago. Okay, and Spin, you're in U.S., aren't you?
No, I'm in
The
Toronto.
top row's Canadian.
Yeah, the top row is Canadian, the bottom row is US. Yeah.
So October, I live in Indiana, and I mean y'all are in Ontario, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Guys, that's less than 10 hours. In October, I throw a Halloween party that I have to give 3 months advance notice because I have people that fly in from California for it.
Damn.
Nice.
It's all
Are
my
you saying road
college
trip?
buddies.
Are we saying road trip?
And you all are all welcome to come down. And I can promise you 2 things.
Transformers?
You'll have the best barbecue you've ever eaten, and you'll be so drunk the next day you can't stand.
Damn.
Okay, I'll promise you 3 things. And there is one hell of a room full of Transformers at this room.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the one promise. Like,
Well,
you could have said. You could have also said, guys, the laundry is not done, and like the house is really a mess. Would you come over and clean up? Like,
No, my house is immaculate. My
we
lady
want to
takes
come
care of the
anyway
house
because
great.
we know that there is a room there that we want to see.
Yeah.
That we can clean up. No, I'm just kidding.
well, as long as there's chicks involved. If there's chicks involved, Calvin is involved. That's how it works.
I promise you, my Halloween party is usually about 40 to 50 strong.
Nice.
Mhm.
And the theme this year is going to be "Come as your favorite meme."
Ooh, okay.
All right, so
I think this year I'm going to dress as Piccolo. I thought about it.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna dress as Piccolo this year from Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, okay. All right, Orlani is coming as the RC alt mode. Homer car. No, but the Homer
That's that
car
Uber
repaint.
taxi.
I don't mean the crappy one.
But
I
gentlemen,
mean the Homer car repaint, like a nice quality vehicle.
TFCON Chicago is coming up in October, September, if I'm not mistaken.
October. Oh, okay. October. Yeah, but Bill, listen.
I am 2 hours from Chicago. I know that you would actually be driving past Chicago to come to my house. But gentlemen, all of you all are welcome here.
I appreciate that.
I promise you 2 things. You won't go away hungry, and you won't go away not entertained.
So that means you're 5 hours away from me then.
More than likely,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, Minneapolis, because I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I'm in southern Indiana, Evansville, Indiana.
Yep. So you're 5 hours away.
Yep.
Yeah, we just got to cross the border. That's all.
And I have 2 RVs. If you don't like the couches, I can pull the RVs up here and fire them up. And we've got plenty of fucking space for everybody to sleep.
Oh, nice.
Nice. So, but Bill, this is what I was going to tell you. I mean, in October, I'll see you anyway at TFCON in Chicago. But I'm flying up to Toronto in July because we're having TFCON Toronto in July.
That is correct. First
and
week
all of us
July.
are going to be there. So I don't know if you're available, but like it'd be cool if you came too. And Calvin, I mean, you should come too if you can.
Toronto is 11 and a half hours from me because I've made that drive before.
Probably a flight makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, prime time's in Minnesota.
Yep, he's up north.
How do you say that town?
That's Bemidji.
Bemidji,
Minnesota.
Bemidji,
cool.
Minnesota.
Wow, that's a very exotic sounding name for Minnesota.
Actually, it's native. It's indigenous.
As is the name Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's a cool name.
Oh,
so big up. So Calvin, you ever been there?
Last week, we're getting they're going to be tunneling in to my house, so I'll be having actual internet here before long.
Nice.
Perfect.
First time in 25 years.
All right. right, I guess we're gonna start wrapping it up now because it's 11:13. Do you know where your children are?
Yes. So, Anthony, any upcoming reviews for this week?
Yeah, tomorrow, Bumblebee movie Soundwave, now that I've looked at Ravage. The big guy to go with the little guy. Changes into nothing, but he has a real cool robot mode, so maybe that balances it out.
I've been looking at him. I bought the Ravage because Ravage is broke.
Yeah.
Ravage.
Oh,
Ravage
wait.
tight.
I saw that Ravage for sale. Guess how much?
I don't know.
$15.94.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that one.
Yeah. But, he fits in here just nice and fine. And the one upshot of that vehicle mode is he's also has the drop ship thing. So you can drop him out of him when he's in his, weird, hover ship mode. So that's a plus.
That's cool.
I guess Amazon's probably looking at that.
Yeah.
Is it Anthony? Is he well articulated?
Yeah, he's got double knees and full shoulders. Yeah.
Ankle Roger.
Yeah.
I'm
multi-directional.
waiting for him to go on clearance. Right now, our Walmarts have 8 or 10 of him on each shelf.
How much are they?
Right now, they're $19.99.
Yeah.
Is this guy?
They went down in price.
That's not bad. Is he better articulated than the Earthrise / Siege Soundwaves?
Well, he does have better ankles, I'll say that. Because
so that's a plus.
yeah, still doesn't have wrists. I got him over here.
Oh, it doesn't have wrist articulation. That's dumb.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this guy. This is a horrible way to compare them, but he has better ankles. This guy's only got a single knee. This guy's got a double knee. They both got the swiveling wrists. They both got the waist joints. Both have the shoulders. This guy's got a ball jointed head. So does this guy. They're pretty close, honestly. This guy has ankles. That's about the only thing he's got over the other guy, but that's because both of them are already pretty well articulated.
Yeah. Wait, they both have the same waist swivel. Neither has ab crunch.
Neither has ab crunch. No.
Yeah.
This one thing I said is the Bumblebee one is very big for a Voyager. You can sort of tell here.
Yeah, it's good bang for buck for $20.
Yeah.
I think he looks better.
Yeah, I was always really fond of his design in the movie, and it got translated really well here. It's got all the deco he has in the film, and they got the sculpt pretty dead on, so that's a big advantage.
I like it.
Yeah, and tomorrow I will be posting more detailed thoughts with pictures on childrenofprimus.com/news and reviews.
All right, now don't forget to try to make him ride Retgar, see how it looks.
Oh. I didn't take that photo, but I should add it because I bet that would not look good. Oh boy.
All right. Calvin, you got anything to plug?
Oh, well, I can tell everybody just click and subscribe. Welcome to the show. Always leave a comment. Like I said, keep collecting, my friends. Keep collecting.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Bill? Got anything to plug, Bill?
As you can afford, buying multiples. Like I said, sometimes it works out for you. These two Netflix sound waves have saved me over $300 the past week.
You never know when you're going to need to barter with Transformers. Yeah. That's why you go to childrenofprimus.com.
Oh, okay. One quick story. Remember the tree that fell on the house?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Okay. The insurance guy that came out to take pictures. Okay. Well, I'm construction. I'm a carpenter. This tree was sitting in this room in that corner.
Oh boy.
So no, I'm not going to sit here and wait a month for you to come up here and take pictures while this tree is letting the rain come in my house in the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and fixed everything. Took the tree off, took pictures, took videos. Of course, when he comes up, he's like, "Oh, you can't do that." I have to take the pictures. I don't know if these are pictures that you took 2 years ago.
Right.
I said they're timestamped, dude. Look at my phone.
Mm-hmm.
They're dated. He said, "Oh, you can change that."
What?
So yeah, that they
Bunch
were
of
going to
bloodsuckers.
cover a lot of shit, and then he walked in and he saw all the shit over here that was still in boxes because I hadn't unpacked anything yet. But this one thing that my son got me for my birthday, this great big Pops Optimus Prime.
Oh, nice.
Okay, he was sitting out because my son got him for me for my birthday or Christmas morning. I can't remember which one it was. So he was sitting on this table, and he was like, "Oh, hey, Optimus Prime," and he starts talking Transformers.
Ha ha.
And I was like, "Wait a minute!
That's not where
You
it's
see
going.
all those boxes over there in the corner? You know, this is 7 foot tall in this room, 10 foot out.
He thought
That's what
he
this
thought
room
he
is
saw
going to
your
be."
good Optimus Prime.
I said, this is going to be a Transformers room. And we connected on Transformers, and we get to talking. And I opened up a few boxes and let him see some of the collection that's still in boxes. And he was like, "You know what? Send me those pictures. I'm going to put them in as mine."
Nice.
Why? Because
And-
of Transformers.
Because we connected on Transformers. And then I got, a check for $9,000 instead of $2,000.
Ooh.
Nice.
And the moral of the story, kids, is Transformers can change your life.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
right.
So never turn your back on Optimus Prime.
Especially
Or,
Megatron.
if you're on the other side, never turn your back on Megatron.
You want to
I'm an Autobot. I'm an Autobot, but I'm an equal
We're
opportunity
just saying.
employer.
We're just saying. There's room for everybody.
That's right.
Or you might get shocked with too.
All right. And prime time, we're going to see you in Chicago, if not before then, at TFCON. Calvin, are you going to come? Bill and I are going to be there. You going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
When do I got to get the tickets?
You can get them. They don't sell out. You can show up the day of. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
It's tragic that they don't sell out, but they don't sell out.
It's
I've never
tragic.
seen a PotCon.
We're going to have to do
You
something
might want to
about
get. Yeah, I'd still recommend getting them in advance so you don't have to wait in line at the door. For anything other than getting in. But
But you don't have to worry about oh, do I got to get them by a certain time?
you can buy them the night before and have them on your phone.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's more important that you say now I'm going to be there, and that way we know you're going to be there.
Yeah.
Well, of course I'm going to be there. I always come to bargain. Come on, man.
Yeah. Then we should bring Calvin to Toronto TFCon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, July, you guys should come up.
Yeah. All right, Mikey. What do we got at the end? Oh, sorry, D. We skipped you. My bad. So, would you got anything to plug, D?
No, I'm good. I've been plugging.
D's been
Plugging
plugging.
away.
There's his plug. I've been plugging. What about you, Spin?
Been plugging. I'm good.
I've just everyone catch us on childrenofprimus.com. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Join us every Sundays, 8 to 10 Eastern time, sometimes a bit over 10. And catch us in all the Facebook groups, sharing all of our stuff. And then just connect with us through Transformers.
Mhm.
And we will see you next week.
Yes.
So just a quick question. When I post something to Children of Promise on Messenger, who is it that receives that? Is that Spin?
I get to see it. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to send you the picture of all the DCPI numbers for the legacy
Okay.
so that you can put that on the website. I want to put it on Messenger and everything. Then you can post it to whoever needs it, and they can take that to Walmart or Target. And those numbers, if those Target employees log those into their computers, they can't lie to you.
Nice.
Yep.
They log in, that's what's either on the floor or in the back.
Cool.
And you know what? Going on that, what should we have for next week's show?
Oh Lord, I don't know. I've been all in.
I
on
would say
this
the
one.
next wave of legacy figures. It's just one of those things where you guess on what they're going to come out with because you never know.
Cool.
The Megatron that I guess they finna make the Dragon Megatron Transmetal 2. That's what they're saying.
All right, so we'll talk about that.
It's going to be
further in the
interesting to see because the Transmetal one was pretty wicked.
Yes.
I've got him over here. He's broken, but he didn't survive my childhood.
Oh no.
He looks so he looks so sad now. He's like, oh.
Man, oh man, oh dude.
One of his
piece
wing,
there, the piece there.
One of his wing joints is missing a piece.
Oh,
And now that I'm getting more into actually repairing these things, I'm going to see about getting a piece 3D printed to fix his wing.
That's the way to do it.
So on that note, if you got things to sell, if you got a bunch of Transformers that you want to get rid of, like stuff like this, you got a whole bin of Transformers that you want to get rid of, okay, check out Children of Primus Classified site. I don't know how many times I get a rant. Not just only that, if you got a service that you want to promote, like what Bill's just saying about fixing Transformers, you can also post that on our Classified site. Whatever you want to sell, whatever you want to promote, whatever you want to, I don't know, announce, check out our Classified site at childrenofprimus.com. I don't know how many times I got to say this at every end of the show. It's free. Use it.
Okay.
Free.
I am trying something that I saw on YouTube that a guy from Transformers Liberated told me about. And it's taking an old G1 that's been yellowed.
Ooh.
And I actually got the stuff in yesterday, so I'm going to be trying it this week now that it's getting sunny.
Okay.
And it's a hair care product. I don't remember the name of it. It's downstairs. I've been drinking, so fuck it. But you take this stuff and you rub a good coat on it and you put it in a bag and you set it in the sunlight. And the UV rays from the sun, which actually yellowed the thing in the first place,
Dang,
actually work in reverse and they re-whiten. And so I'm going to be trying it on one of my G1
Jetfire.
There's 3 of them back there, but one of them is horrible. He looks like he's been in a house with like 4-pack-a-day smokers.
Yeah, I got one of those.
And so I'm going to try this, and it takes like 4 days. 4 days, and he's back to that.
Film that.
I am. I'm going to take a lot of notes on it, and we're
Are you going to take them apart, or are you just going to put it on top because it can mess up his stickers?
I'm going to get the Toy Hack stickers for him. It will destroy the stickers. That they told me that in the video. You'll have to get Toy Hacks for it. And so I'm going to try it all. It's going to peel him, and we're going to see what happens. And if that works, this stuff is like $3. And you bring a G1 Transformer back to out of the box, brand new.
Yeah, pristine coloration. I saw this a couple of years ago on the Facebook group. So, I wondered if it worked. So I'm really excited to see, to hear your report.
Right now, we just now started getting sunshine again here in southern Indiana. So today was 87 degrees. It was beautiful. I was riding my Harley. It was a great day. And now I'm like, hey, next week is supposed to be in the 70s. It's time to see if we can get Skyfire back to white.
Yep.
And then,
all right. Well, now it's going to be very exciting. We've got all this. All of us are going to be wondering next week.
Exactly.
Do we have a white Jetfire?
We'll find out.
All right. Tune in.
Week, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
See you next week, gentlemen.
Peace.
Gentlemen, it's been great. I love coming on with you all.
Same here.
Thank you. We enjoy your company.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I will see you all next Sunday.
All right.
All right. Peace,
All right,
guys.
peace.
I guess that's it for us too.